Welcome to Progressive Talk Live with Dusty Smith. This is where you fucking want to be. And this is a show where we take a look at the viral stories that have captured your brain this week on social media and look at them through a progressive lens. How are you guys doing? Did you have a good fucking weekend? Hope you did. Hope you're all staying safe and healthy tonight. This is episode 13. Hell yeah, we did it. We got a long show to talk to you about tonight. I got a bunch of shit to cover. I'm going to try to cover all the material I have tonight. We'll see how it goes, but I definitely need to add another show during the week, probably Wednesday, but I'm too fucking lazy to do that. A lot of people seem to really love the spotlight. People do streams for like 10 hours a day. They just love being in front of the camera. And I don't know, there's something about me, I just don't really enjoy that too much. I mean, I'm honored to be able to do the show for you guys, but I'm not really fascinated with being in front of the camera, so it's kind of takes a bit of an effort to get me to do this. But I definitely need to add another show because I got so much shit to talk about. There's so much shit going on right now, especially because of the pandemic. So anyway, we're going to try to cover it all tonight. How is every fucking body doing out there? Missed you guys this weekend. I didn't do much. Basically, I rewatched Fringe. You guys ever watch that show? Like, I never liked the X-Files because I thought the X-Files was kind of lame. I didn't like the chemistry between Scully and Mulder. Is that their name? Mulder and Scully. Whatever the fuck their names are. Didn't really care for it. And Fringe is like the upgraded version of that from J.J. Abrams. So I watched that. It was all right. But that was my big weekend. Argue with my mom. Like, I love my mom. She's like the greatest human in the fucking face of the earth. But she's like on Facebook right now telling people not to take vaccines and shit because there is human fetuses inside the vaccines. Which, spoiler alert, no, there's not. But anyway, that's what I was telling you guys before. Like, even though I think my mom is the greatest woman who ever lived, I'll still talk shit about my own fucking mom. I think if you only call out people that you dislike, that's kind of fake. You kind of got to be even about who you disagree with and who you're willing to call out. So anyway, what's up, Joe De Niro? How you doing tonight? Glad you joined us. Space Shark. What's up, Space Shark? Dusty, you're going to cover the racist teens. Hopefully I'm going to get there. Yes, we're going to get there. Smolder. I don't know what the fuck the name of those people are. I know there's the Smoking Man and there's Mulder and Scully, but that show always annoyed me because no matter how much wild shit Scully, is that her name? The redheaded one? No matter how many aliens or fucking monsters or anything she saw, she was always skeptical about every fucking thing. Like, how much shit you gotta see? Seriously. Just annoying. Hit the thumbs up, folks. Definitely hit the thumbs up. As always, you want to support the show, we are on Patreon. Patreon.com/Codcast. We're up to $1,219. I don't hide my shit. I ain't got nothing to hide from you guys. Transparency. Transparency's fucking amazing. If you see somebody who has a Patreon and they have that shit hid, ask yourself, why the fuck they hiding that shit? What you got to hide, motherfuckers? Good question. Anyway, $1 or $2 a month, whatever you can afford. Most of the money goes to the Human Society of Animal Sanctuary, where we rescue cute little kittens and dogs and shit. And as always, we have 11 cats around us at all time where we're doing this show. So it's like walking a tightrope without a net, basically. Makes the show exciting, though. That's why this is the greatest show on earth. Everybody's always dissing my intro music. They're like, that sounds like church music, Dusty. Fuck y'all. You ought to go to church, you sinner motherfuckers. But no, that's from The Greatest Showman, which is a pretty good musical that I dig. So, and also, if you guys want to support the show, like right now, Super Chat's lifeblood of the show. No question dodged. Every question answered. You guys know how this works. A little dollar sign down there by the little chat window. Click on that. Donate whatever you want to, whatever you can afford. The more you donate, the more serious I take your questions, and the more I love you. So buy my love right now. And immortalize yourself forever on my show, because you know 1,000 years from now, people are going to be watching this show, and they'll be like, hey, look, Anna Aspich sent Dusty a super chat he's reading. She says, hey, Dusty, I was just thinking that it's been 10 years since I saw my first Dusty video. I know I'm old, man. I'm OG. Been doing this fucking shit forever. I started doing my show because of The Amazing Atheist. It's not because I actually watched a lot of Amazing Atheist videos. I actually didn't watch very many of his videos for a long while, but I read an article about this guy named The Amazing Atheist like 10 years ago, and it was talking about how well he's doing making atheist videos on YouTube. Like, he was able to make a living doing atheist videos on YouTube, and I was like, holy shit, I bet I can do that. If he can do it, I can do it. So I started doing that because of that article. So thank you, Amazing Atheist, for inspiring this show. Been a fan ever since. Thanks for everything you do. Hey, thank you, Anna Aspech. I appreciate the support. You guys are the unsung heroes of this show. So let me sing you tunes. Another from Anna Aspech, $5. Also, did you hear that Laura Loomis is running for Congress in Florida? I'll send you the link on Twitter. Yeah, I heard that. I think even Donald Trump was retweeting her and shit. That's how low the fucking bar for the conservatives are. That's why we have to cut the head off the snake, folks. I'm going to be saying it over and over again on this show. Do not understand this new progressive movement that's determined to let Donald Trump win the presidency again. It's so frustrating. Like, before I went on, I saw, like, the Progressive Voice and Michael Brooks. They're all, literally now, they're spreading conservative propaganda. They're spreading Donald Trump's campaign videos. And they're saying, look how devastating these campaign videos are. And basically all it was is the entire thing is Nancy Pelosi talking about how much ice cream is in her freezer. Like, why are you guys spreading this? Like, this is some amazing material that should be praised. I mean, Donald Trump literally lives in a fucking tower made of gold. Where is the balance on this shit? Why are you helping them spread their fucking propaganda and acting like this is important stuff we need to be focusing on? It's ridiculous and angering. So I'm going to try to get too angry tonight. I'm going to try to stay cool. So, Breaking Bad 094, happy holidays. I know it's 420. That's the first thing I was going to goddamn say. You guys are ruining it for me. But smoke them if you got them. I can't smoke until after the fucking show. I may smoke towards the end of the show. If I smoke now, then I'm going to be completely useless for the entire fucking show. Even more useless than I already am. I already feel tongue-tied as fuck today, so we'll see what happens. Musty Dusty, you gotten rusty. I know. Why am I playing those video games? Thank you, Johnny, for your $2. I'll take that shit. Beast Nation 2009. Bam, take that. I will take that, Beast Nation. I think I missed one of Beast Nation's super chats the last show. I'm sorry about that, Beast Nation. I try hard not to miss anything, but I am only human and I fuck up continuously. That's me. So appreciate that anyway. Faye, $2. Happy 420. Hope everyone's staying safe and sane. Yep, hope you're not like those idiots out there protesting the stay-at-home orders. Spreading the fucking virus. We're going to talk about that at the top of the show. Happy 420. Take a toke. I can't because I'm doing a show for you live right now. God damn it. Don't tempt me because I really want to. But I will do it later. Anyway, more super chats as the show goes on. If you want to. If you're able. Let me check the other chats. The poor people chats, I like to call it. You fucking pores. What up, Dusty? How's life treating you? I can't complain. My life's pretty fucking good. Like, I'm at a pretty much a high point in my life right now. I'm not as popular as I used to be. I don't make as much money as I used to, but I feel like I'm right where I'm supposed to be. I finally have an audience that I'm mostly not ashamed of, and I'm doing good, so thank you for that. Cabin fever is setting in now. Like, my life has changed 0%. I feel like I've been training for the pandemic for the last 10 years because nothing has changed in my life. So, now is my time to shine. Hells to the yeah. That's what you guys got to say in the regular chat. I'm not human and I still mess up sometimes. Happens to the best of us and the worst of us. Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer are basically Republicans. That is not true. That is absolutely not. I don't know why the fuck you guys do all these false equivalences, man. It's just so ridiculous. If you actually look at the votes that these two fucking parties are voting on, they are not the goddamn same. I'm going to cover it too at the top. I'm going to cover this bullshit about what the Democratic side is actually proposing compared to the fucking Republican side. They're not the fuck. Why do you guys keep saying this? You're just playing in to fucking Trump's hands to let the Republicans, these goddamn Christian conservatives who are fucking up the world. You're helping these motherfuckers by spreading these false equivalences. Why are you doing this? Even Forbes, a conservative magazine, is fucking putting out right now exactly what the Democrats are trying to pass, and it's not even close to what the conservatives are putting out. Like, why are you guys lying about this? I just don't fucking understand. God damn it, I gotta turn off my ad block. I'll show you what I fucking talk. Pause on this site, motherfucker. Yeah, do it. Propose 2,000 month stimulus checks for the next year. How is that the same as the goddamn Republicans? In any fucking way. What is wrong with you? Seriously, fuck off. All you people that call yourself progressives and you're not pointing this shit out and you're literally posting propaganda to help Trump get reelected. While not holding the fucking conservatives out of the same side. You're not progressives. Fuck you. You're not. You're Trojan horses. And you should be called out. You should not be supported. But the fucked up part is, their narrative is the popular narrative right now. They're fucking spreading this narrative because every time they do it, they get a fucking 1,000 likes and 1,000 clicks from other Bernie or busters who are so fucking butthurt that Bernie Sanders did not get fucking the nomination, that they're willing to let the fucking world burn down. Hell no. I ain't going to sit by. I mean, I got no power to stop you, really. But I'm going to try to fight back against it. We're going to talk about this more later. Got to calm down, Dusty. Calm down. Pace yourself. Don't get too angry at these motherfuckers. They're not worth it. Woo! Serenity now, insanity later. So anyway, See what else you guys got to say. Like I said, gonna be a long show tonight. Gonna be a long show. Gonna do every bit of content I have. Because I need to do another show during Wednesday, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. So we're just gonna fucking, we're gonna do it all today. So prepare for at least a 2.5 to 3 hour show. Hopefully I don't have to take a piss again today, but I might. So we'll see what happens. Apparently my prostate has grown to the size where I have to take a piss every 5 goddamn seconds. Fucking age. Sucks to be me. So we'll see what the fuck happens. All right, let's go ahead and start the show. Dusty's gonna have hernia. Jesus. Nah, I'm fine. It's all good. I just gotta breathe. Yeah, I do my ASMR voice. Hey guys, welcome to the podcast. We're gonna do a really calm show for you tonight, because that's what I do. Anyway, like I was saying, happy 420, everybody! Smoke 'em if you got 'em. The devil's lettuce. Of course, I don't abide by people breaking the law, so don't do that. Don't smoke weed, folks. It's bad for you. And folks, I just gotta say, isn't it time we reopen the Titanic? Haven't we been off the boat long enough? Let's get back on it. What's the worst that could happen, folks? Just saying. And that's basically the attitude of a lot of these fucking Republicans, a lot of these Trump supporters. That's why we gotta cut the head off the snake. That's why we can't give these people another fucking 4 years to have something to rally behind. We have to nip this shit in the bud immediately. Basically, imagine if we said this. The flu kills more people every year, LOL. They would freak the fuck out. But that's literally what they're saying. We just passed 40,000 deaths. That's like, what, 10 9/11s? 12 9/11s? Math is hard. 13 9/11s? But no, who gives a shit, right? The flu killed more people every year. Good goddamn, these people are so stupid. So anyway, Florida Moron Club, or Florida Moron, I guess that went viral, that hashtag last week. And apparently, in Florida, they've decided to reopen the beaches, because why wouldn't you? Not enough people are dying everywhere, folks. So if you're out there enjoying the beaches at in Florida, you're going to get motherfuckers killed. It's bad enough that you're going to get yourself killed. But that's just, Darwinism, right? But the fact that you're going to get the old folks killed, people with immunocompromised killed, like, what the fuck? Florida, do better, but they're not going to do better. And of course, all over the place, they're having protests. And it's almost entirely, as you would imagine, ignorant Trump supporters doing these fucking protests, trying to get the government to reopen, not the businesses to reopen, the government to reopen the businesses. Because, they're just dying to get back to work. Of course, the truth is mostly people just want to go get their hair cut. They want other people to go back to work so they can look pretty and shit. Because, they're vain as fuck. But this is what these people are like. We'll play a little bit of this clip. Look at this, these highly intelligent human individuals.
There's no pandemic. Media is the cancer.
Yeah.
People are gonna die. They're dying no matter what.
Yeah, you gonna die no matter what. So let's just kill everybody in a pandemic.
I need a haircut. Yes. That's great.
For heaven's sake, open the barber shop.
I need a haircut. God damn. Look, I cut my own hair. Look how good my hair looks. It ain't hard, folks. It's easy to cut your fucking hair. You just fucking shape that shit. Cut a little bit off, and then shape it. And if that doesn't look good, cut it a little bit more off, and then shape it. And if that doesn't, just work on it. It ain't complicated. How stupid are you, motherfuckers? Gonna get people killed because you can't cut your own hair. It's the simplest fucking shit, yo. And it's true, every person in this video is basically giving their middle finger to healthcare workers. Look at these motherfuckers. Not social distancing, the vast majority of them. Not wearing fucking face masks. America, yeah! We have the right to kill all you folks. That's freedom. Nah, fuck y'all. Don't kill my grandma. Gotta cut the head off the snake, folks. Gonna be a reoccurring theme. And did you see this one, folks? I want a haircut. Yeah, you need a haircut. God damn. But anyway, did you see the one where, I guess it's, oh my God, I hear cats fighting again now that my show's starting. And it's the same thing, folks. It's the same thing with these folks. Social distancing equals communism. Race mixing equals everything's communism with these folks. Everything. They have no idea what any of these definitions mean, and they don't want to go look them up. So just everything is fucking communism just to make you scared. And we're going to show you in a minute that these signs are clearly all made by the same person. Now, I'm not saying it's some conspiracy, but it's a conspiracy. They're trying to make it look like this is like a grassroots organization, like this is a grassroots movement just popping up. But, good-hearted, salt-of-the-earth Americans are actually standing up to get the economy going again. But no, these are billionaires who are buying up websites and pushing this shit. And we're going to show you that a little bit later. But white folks, this is the white folks attitude. White people, they should have followed the rules. Yeah, and white people, they should have followed the rules. But no, when it comes to them, white people, we're not following the rules. Hey, we're Americans. We can do whatever we want. We got freedom. We don't have to follow your goddamn rules. And they're right. They're right, folks. They can literally take AK-15? No, AR-15s and AK-47s. They can take them to the fucking courthouse and stand on the goddamn steps with masks on and intimidate the officials with threats of violence. Nothing fucking happens to them. Can you imagine if Black Lives Matter did that shit? Definitely be a different story, but that's white privilege for you folks. If you don't think it exists, you're wrong. Everybody has a right to be stupid, including you. And here's the one. Did you see this shit? This picture is going to be historic. You will see this picture in the books for the next 100+ years. These brave nurses are healthcare professionals who are risking their lives to save other people's lives, are actually standing up to these assholes who are driving by the hospitals to protest. I mean, look at this fucking piece of shit, man. Tell me we should let these people have another 4 years. Tell me we should not get these motherfuckers out of office immediately. The people that support Trump, which almost every one of these people are fucking Trump supporters. And listen to this woman. Listen to this woman. They're literally going to tell somebody who's fighting for the lives of the sick, of the elderly, of the immunocompromised, to go to China because they're communist for wanting to save people's lives. Tell me we shouldn't fight this shit. Go to China if you want communism. I'm talking to I think this guy's Asian. An Asian nurse. A fucking hero. These people are getting the coronavirus faster than anybody because they're on the front lines trying to save lives. And this woman and these people are going to get this dude killed. Because while you idiots are out there spreading this virus, it is you and the people you infect that are going to be coming to him to have your life saved. And it's him you're putting in fucking danger. Which is why he is trying to stand up to you right now and point out what fucking idiots you are. Land of the free. We have the right to kill whoever we want to. No, you fucking don't. We have the right to live against you assholes who are trying to get us all fucking killed. And my favorite part of this, you might be watching this. Land of the free. We're so oppressed. The guy driving this looks like he's eating ice cream. The whole time this is going on, he's just sitting there eating something out of a cup or something. Yeah, you're so oppressed. Sitting there in your fucking big ass truck, burning gas, eating ice cream. You fucking motherfuckers. They're trying to tell her that 40,000 people are dead. She's like, bullshit. I don't care. I got freedom. And telling him to go to China. That sounds familiar. Yep, remember Tiananmen Square? Kind of similar images right now. But instead of standing up to the oppressive government, we're standing up to these fucking idiots who are trying to get us all killed, these goddamn Trump supporters. So, heroes. All of them. There are multiple pictures of these nurses standing in silent protest against these motherfuckers. Like, can you imagine how big of an asshole, how big of a fucking piece of shit you'd have to be to aim yourself as the enemy of the healthcare workers that are risking their lives to save people? Can you imagine what a fucking dick you would have to be this guy? But they're proud to be dicks, folks. The cruelty is the point to these motherfuckers. They don't give a shit. It's pure fucking evil. Yes, we have to fight this. Are you progressives that are helping these motherfuckers? Nope. Not on my team. Not on my team. Fuck you. Fuck you all. Fuck you hard. Fuck you fast. Fuck you in a bad way. And they're terrorists, folks. Now, you don't have to commit violence to be a terrorist. The threat of violence is terrorism. And that's exactly what the fuck they're doing. As the Liberate rally in Harrisburg ended today, these guys split up. These are not protesters. They are paramilitary terrorists, bringing their AR-15s, their shotguns out there to the courthouse. They are trying to intimidate public officials, letting them know, hey, we could come in there and we could kill you motherfuckers. We could liberate you. Of course, they're cowards. They don't actually have the fucking balls to do that because they would get gunned the fuck down. But they're trying to make you think that that is a possibility. That is the only reason to carry guns like that, to carry these guns to the courthouse, is to try to intimidate motherfuckers. And here's another example of it. Look at these fucking terrorists. Look at them. I guess he's dressed like George Washington on the courthouse steps with his AR-15 all in fucking mask and shit. They're trying to intimidate and scare people. And they're literally out here. This is not satire, folks. They're literally chanting, "Fire Fauci," or how would the fuck you pronounce his name? One of the main people in the Trump organization that actually knows what the fuck he's talking about. One of the main people that are trying to save people's lives, that are pushing back against the propaganda and lies that Trump is telling. So, of course, the cult of Trump wants him fucking fired. Listen to this stupid shit.
I'll call you when we're done. Fire Fauci! Fire Fauci! Fire Fauci! Fire Fauci! Fire!
It's a death cult, folks. And they want to take us all with them. And I don't want to go. Do you want to die because of this death cult? Well, maybe we should get these motherfuckers out of office. Maybe we should cut the head off this snake and kill the thing that is inspiring these people to act this way. You think? You think, you goddamn stupid-ass lefties out there who are doing every fucking thing you can to make sure Trump gets another 4 years, you think this might be important to get out of goddamn office? Before we all fucking die and Alex Jones is out there spreading the Rona. Yeah. Genius Alex Jones. First he pulls up in his big-ass truck. I hope they take his truck away from him.
Go home!
I hope they sue this motherfucker to the ground. I don't know if he owns that truck or not. I hope not. I hope that's a rental they put stickers on. But if he owns that truck, I hope they sue his ass off. I hope he loses every goddamn penny. Yeah, Alex Jones. That's the kind of fucking people. That's the kind of people that these people are following. That's where they're getting information from Alex Jones. And, of course, he's out there, like I said, spreading the Rona here. Yeah, shake my hand. Yeah, going around shaking everybody's hand. I ain't worried about it. And look, folks, if anybody had the coronavirus, it would be these motherfuckers that Alex Jones just shaking hands with. And I feel bad for, this guy. He looks like he has some kind of mental disability, and I'm not going to make fun of him for having mental disabilities, but these are the people that follow Alex Jones, you know? These are the people that need help. The last thing they need to be doing is listening to a propagandist fearmonger like Alex Jones.
In the name of Jesus.
And he's just shaking all their hands. Yeah, shaking all your hands. Yeah, spread it all around, Alex Jones.
Every attack against
Get everybody killed. Why not? And, folks, they're just out there full-blown trying to start war with China right now. They're full-blown trying to get Trump to murder people. You don't believe me? Listen to this crazy-ass shit.
You know, you don't play games with this stuff. Kill the Chinese spies. Kill them now. I want them dead. No more games. I want Trump to issue death warrants now against all these people. I want them killed. I want them dead now. And that's not some big shoot my mouth off act tough thing. I'll bring them down on me for that, but I don't care. I will not sit here and watch this country gang raped and the planet gang raped while we bitch and complain that some old people might die of a weaponized pneumonia. Sorry, the Chi-Coms with the deep state launched it. Now, I'm not going to kill anybody because that's not my job. I'm just saying, when you sell bioweapon sequencing systems, you get your neck broken. Like that. We're supposed to be ahead of all of this stuff. All this you do is covert action. We don't have time. I mean, they'll do that with the Mexican Mafia or MS-13 and give them an acid bath. Why aren't we taking the gloves off and sending in the Army and the Marines to kill these people? Kill them. Kill them now. And again, it's just as simple. Why are we going to sit here and take bio attacks against our country? Why are we going to sit here and take an economic warfare attack with Democrats smiling like the Cheshire Cat of what they just did to us, and they're bragging how they were going to do it, and they've been caught doing it. So I'm going to tell the president again, you're in a fight for your life. I'm in a fight for my life. America is. No more games. Take Hollywood over. The Chi-Coms already did. Take the Federal Reserve over. The globalists have control of it.
Yeah, take Hollywood over, folks. Fuck freedom of speech. Fuck small government. Take Hollywood over. Turn it into a propaganda industry. And, you know, it's not Trump that's really going to listen to him. It's the people that are out there with the guns and shit. He is trying to incite to violence. You folks want to know why YouTube doesn't want to host Alex Jones? You want to know why fucking Facebook doesn't want to host Alex Jones? It's freedom of speech. They should host everybody. No, motherfucker. When you're up there telling people to kill folks. And like the average person, these idiots that have guns out there, they have no idea who the spies Alex Jones are talking about. So they're going to take their vitriol out on just Asian people in general, which we've seen all over this fucking country. We've seen all over the world. We've seen it in fucking Australia, where they're randomly attacking Asian folks. Not even Chinese folks, just any Asian folks. Because because these motherfuckers are scaring you into believing that somehow they're purposely spreading this shit to kill folks. It's just insane. It's absolutely insane. We have to fight this shit, folks. We can't play right in their hands and let Trump have another 4 years in office. We just can't do it. I just don't understand. Oh, God damn it. But yeah, like I said, I'm not digging a conspiracy theory. Speaking of Alex Jones and conspiracy theories, but it's clear that these signs were created by the same person. Look at the G. Look at, like, I'm not a handwriting expert, but clearly the G is the same. And some people said this is a font. I don't believe this is a font because, like, the L is slightly different. But clearly, and it's possible they had some kind of rally all these people went to, or some kind of, I don't know, sign-making party or something, where these people got the same fucking sign from the same person, but definitely made by the same fucking person. And this one's hilarious. Give me liberty or give me death, while she's fucking holding an ice cream something in her hand. Baskin-Robbins is open behind her. Look how impressed she is. Oh, I want liberty while I'm sitting here eating my ice cream from the fucking Baskin-Robbins that is goddamn open. Or give me death. Yeah, well, death says, okay, you know, that's what you want. If you really want death, like if it was only you, it'd be fine. But you're getting other people killed. And I never noticed this, folks. Little point of interest here. But did you know that Baskin-Robbins signs has 31 in it? I didn't notice that before. I've seen that sign a million times and never noticed that it has the 31 flavors in it. It's a little fun fact for you motherfuckers out there. And, but this is exactly what's going to happen. This is exactly what is happening. First, I have no idea what the Confederate flag has to do with going back to work or anything, but apparently it has something to do with work. And Trump, Pence, Nazi, and then this is basically Night of the Living Dead, dumbasses. And then 10 days later, patriotic choking noises where they're intubated, or their own ventilators and shit. Yep, that's what's going to happen to you motherfuckers. In fact, it's already happening. It's going to happen a lot worse. 10 days from now, there's going to be all kinds of articles about how the people that went to these rallies are sick and getting other people sick. But it's like literally already happening. Kentucky reports highest coronavirus infections increase after a week of protests to reopen state. Yep. Exactly as you expect. You people are getting other people killed. But yeah, freedom. Original shit, right? But this is what you're doing, folks. This is so insane. This is like something out of a horror movie. After an anonymous tip, 17 bodies found at nursing home hit by virus. Can you imagine that, folks? It gets even worse, man. 42 dead at a Virginia nursing home due to corona. 42 in one nursing home. Can you imagine? Entire nursing homes getting wiped out by this shit because you motherfuckers can't keep your goddamn asses at home. 7,000 people in nursing homes have been killed by COVID-19. And this was like a week ago or 3 days ago. We've done bad by everyone. We've done even worse by our most vulnerable. Yeah. Our old folks, you know, the ones we're supposed to take care of, the most vulnerable in our society, the one we're supposed to look at, are the ones that, you know, took care of us. That's the ones we're leaving to die. Because of you fucking assholes. Do you think this is important to fight against, folks? I'm going to say this over and over again. I'm going to be a broken fucking record. I can't help it. Somebody's got to say this shit. It's getting out of goddamn hand when you see all these goddamn progressive channels spreading right-wing propaganda instead of properly fighting back. You should be angry. Angry is the correct response to this. And I'm going to try not to get too angry because I don't want to be too emotional. I want to be more logical and factual in the shit I'm talking about, but it's hard. It's hard to see this shit happen. It's hard to watch the people that are supposed to be on my goddamn side about this fucking help Trump get elected for another fucking 4 years because they're so fucking butthurt they didn't get their goddamn way with Bernie Sanders. They're being whiny little fucking piss babies, and it's pissing me the fuck off. I'm going to try not to let it get to me, though, folks. I'm going to try to calm down. Whew. But, like, you have these guys out there. Here's fucking Peter Coffin. Imagine if there was a left that was more concerned with getting to the people protesting here in Michigan than dunking on them. Yeah. We should be trying to reason with these folks, shouldn't we? Because they're reasonable, right? 7,000 people died in old folks' homes. Their friends and family are dying fucking everywhere. 40,000 Americans just died. These people can be reasoned with, right? They're standing in their goddamn giant trucks screaming at nurses to go to China and calling them communists. They can be reasoned with, right? We shouldn't dunk on these motherfuckers. We should mock them into goddamn extinction. Let's be nice and buddy-buddy to them. Right? No. Fuck this. And then he's saying, somebody said, you can't reason with these folks. And he's like, incorrect. They are much easier to reach than liberals, really. The majority of people who contact me with a story about how I open their eyes are former chuds. Very few died and the world lives. Yeah, okay, I had no trouble believing that if you talked to a few people out of being transphobic maybe, or being Nazis, that maybe those are right-wing chuds, because the liberals, for the most part, are not transphobic or Nazis. But I do not believe you if you're going to tell me you've had more success pulling right-wing, alt-right chuds to your lefty policies than you have to liberals. Liberals, the same people I just pointed out, are trying to pass a bill to give $2,000 a month to Americans for a year. People that should be much closer to your views. I do not believe you. You are lying if you say you've had more success pulling right-wing chuds over to that ideology than to people who are in the Democratic Party. You're a fucking liar. It's irritating, folks. But here's the good news. And actually, I guess we'll go ahead and talk about this. I already fucking shut this shit down, motherfucker. Why you have me pause this fucking shit every goddamn second? But yeah. Here's the people, the evil liberals. They got all these people neo-libs. Even though, like, that's kind of a loaded term. And so many of these progressives, they spend 90% of their time shitting on these people instead of shitting on conservatives, making their audience hate these people more than they hate conservatives, making them more likely to let conservatives like Trump take and maintain power than voting these people in office, when these people are literally trying to give you $2,000 a month for a year. A proposal, number one, $2,000 monthly stimulus check. And $2,000, all right, the eligibility. Every American age 16 and older making less than $130,000 annually would receive at least $2,000. And then they have another one. Proposed number two, cancel rent and mortgage payments through the coronavirus emergency. But Donald Trump, he suspended school loan payments for 6 months. He's to the right of the Democrats. He didn't reduce it by $1. He didn't reduce your fucking debt by $1. But he postponed it for 6 months. That's to the right. He's running to the right of the DNC. Oh my, no, you fucking idiots. He's not. Stop. Stop fucking pushing this bullshit. You ignorant motherfuckers. It's so irritating. Okay, calm down, Dusty, calm down. No accumulation of debt for renters or homeowners. No negative impact on their credit rating or rental history. It would establish a relief fund for landlords and mortgage holders. It would create an optional fund to finance. And of course, this won't pass, folks, but they're at least trying. So to tell me that the fucking motherfuckers who are in their trucks screaming at nurses to go to China are easier to reach and pull to your side than the liberals who are trying to pass stuff like this. Why are you saying this? It's so insulting to anybody who has a goddamn brain in their fucking head. I just don't understand why people keep following these ignorant sons of bitches. It's just crazy. But here's the good news, folks. Here's the good news. Like, BreadTube has seemed to have a little schism happening, which is heartening to me because I kind of written BreadTube off. But, like, I've been reading more of the BreadTube threads and stuff, and a lot of them are actually fighting back against some of this stuff. A lot of them are coming around. So I have, like, maybe a little bit of hope that BreadTube is not going to turn into this ridiculous circle jerk that's going to sit around and help Trump get elected again. Maybe they're not. Or some of them are, definitely. Some of them definitely are, but maybe they're all not. And, oh, here's another one from a big-name BreadTuber. I think this is Peter Coffin, but I'm not 100% sure. So-called leftists on Twitter really hate the idea of trying to reach the working class. To so many of you, the working class is evil. The other team, the bad guy, just sad and self-important. Imagine thinking that left-wing people, like the guy living across the fucking street in his fucking van, who goes to work every morning, building giant air conditioning units, is not working class because he's on the left and is going to vote for Biden. Imagine so many of the fucking poor, like in Mississippi, 84% of black people voted for Biden. Imagine thinking these are not working class people. Like, why are they spreading this narrative? Think about it. There's a reason there's a reason these narratives are incredibly popular right now, but it's because they appeal to two different demographics. The right loves this shit. They may not agree with you about all the communist shit. They might not agree with you about all your lefty positions, but they love it because you're continuously attacking the Democratic Party and making it easier for Trump to get reelected. So they're going to support you. And then there's a side on the left that is so butthurt, these Bernie or busters, who are insane with rage that Bernie didn't fucking get the nomination, and they're willing to let Trump have another 5 years at it, 4 years at it. So they get to double dip. And when they do this, they see all the likes, all the clicks, and it feeds the dopamine receptors in their brain over and over and over again. They're like, yeah, I'm going the right direction. I should keep pushing this narrative. I should keep pushing this narrative. I should keep pushing this narrative because I'm getting rewarded for it. They're like literally drug addicts. That's how the brain does you. The brain just pumps out those pleasurable chemicals and makes you like, it's like the rat who continuously pushes the button for cocaine over and over again until he dies. So who gives a shit if Trump gets elected for another 4 years? Who gives a shit how many people suffer? Look at all the clicks I'm getting. Look at all the money I'm making. Look how popular I am. Feels good, don't it? Well, it don't feel good to the fucking rest of us. It don't feel good to the people that are going to be hurt by this. It don't feel good for the goddamn guy living across the street in his van. Because we need help right now, motherfuckers. We can't afford another 4 years of this while you make us suffer until you get every goddamn thing you want. And the schism in BreadTube was kind of set off this week by Thought Slime, who is a popular BreadTuber, who decided to finally push back. And he made this video, which I thought was a good video.
There's an old proverb about a mighty oak and a little reed. I don't know where it comes from. Wikipedia says Aesop, but if you read a little further, it says a bunch of other shit. So who knows? Nothing in life is ever simple. It's always complicated if you look into it, but it's not important. Story goes like this. It's windy, and the oak is being a real dick to the reed because he's just bending all over the place, just bending all around in the wind because he's not big and strong like the oak. The oak's like, hey reed, what's your problem? Bend much? And the reed's like, whatever, dude. Only it turns out it's not just windy, it's a fucking hurricane, and when the wind gets bad enough, the oak is knocked over while the reed is able to stay in place. Because rather than being rigid and inflexible, it stayed loose. Then the reed is like, haha, fuck you, oak, you loser. And that reed's name was Albert Einstein.
So basically this video was about, Thought Slime made a video the last week or the week before, and he used language that was ableist. And I didn't even realize some of it was ableist. I think he called somebody that had bipolar disease a lunatic. And apparently the word lunatic was specifically designed to mock people with bipolar disorder. I think that's what it turned out to being. And so people were like, hey, you disappointed me because you used ableist language in this video. And at first he got butthurt, like, you know, everybody fucking does when people criticize you. And it's like, you fucking people are too goddamn sensitive, free speech or whatever, you know, like I've done 100 times before and people criticize me. But eventually, if you have a good, healthy self-esteem and your ego's not too big, you start listening to the criticism and you realize, hey, well, maybe some of these people are right. Maybe I did use offensive language. Maybe I should do some self-reflection and see if I can improve. And that's what he did. He was like, oh, I realize you guys are right, and I apologize. I was wrong about this, and I will try to do better in the future. And you know what happened to him? You know what everybody who told him that he was an asshole for doing that, you know what they did to him? They said, hey, thank you, man. Thank you for owning up to your mistakes. That's cool as shit. We support you again. And so basically his video is pointing out that there's this subsection of people who keep spreading this narrative that, oh my God, cancel culture, the left has gone crazy, everybody's too sensitive and PC. Never apologize, because if you apologize, they're not going to accept your apology. There's nothing you can fucking do about it. They'll destroy you forever and never forgive you. But I can tell you from first-hand experience, that's not true. It's not. Like, look at me. I literally told racist jokes. I literally made videos making fun of Black Lives Matter. Okay? And I apologized and changed my behavior, and it was accepted by these people. So the narrative to never apologize is bullshit. And so he made a video that basically pointed out that a lot of people in BreadTube and on the left were using him to spread this cancel culture narrative, and he wasn't comfortable with it. And even after he came out and said, no, I apologize and they forgave me and your narrative is incorrect, they still tried to use him against his will to spread these bullshit narratives. And he didn't call anybody out by name, but it was pretty obvious that he was calling a lot of big name BreadTubers out. And I read on BreadTube, and a lot of BreadTube had his back, which was cool to see. A lot of BreadTubers are pushing back against this. A lot of BreadTubers are pushing back against the narrative that's going to help Trump get elected. Even saw BreadTubers pushing back against Volsh's audience. And this is not meant to shit on Volsh or anything, but when TJ went on Volsh's show and he said the thing about how he basically sold out his integrity to spread alt-right propaganda, and the Volsh's whole audience was like, beast, beast, beast. I respect TJ now. TJ is awesome. A lot of the BreadTubers are like, are you motherfuckers kidding me? You have to do a lot more than just go on a left-wing show and apologize one time before you're going to be forgiven for all the horrific bullshit you've helped spread. You have to actually make a good faith effort to use the same platform used to spread that bullshit to undo the harm you've done. Until he does that, you just don't get the fucking get out of jail free card just for going on some lefty show and apologizing. So anyway, I was heartened to see it. I'm kind of heartened to see this rift in BreadTube. And I hope it continues. I hope you BreadTubers out there keep questioning these motherfuckers, because they absolutely deserve to be questioned. But anyway, back to the Thought Slime thing. I may have Thought Slime on my show sometime if you'd like to come on. I think he's a pretty good guy. He's like one of the BreadTubers that I really think has integrity and is doing a good job. And anyway, so after his first video where he used ableist slurs, Peter Coffin went out there to defend him against his will. He didn't really want to be defended, but he went out there. Gonna back up Thought Slime on his video. Also, fuck CEOs and capitalists. That folks put him down over being mildly insulting to some literal owning class shithead is a good example of how this space is utterly controlled by personal grievances and lacks class analysis. This motherfucker always talking about class analysis. It just... If he was worried about class analysis, it seems like you would lead by example, and you would recommend that BreadTubers, instead of funneling all their money to a few content creators at the top, would actually help fight the class warfare right now, help the lower classes by spreading that money out more to the lower content creators who don't make it as much, you know, instead of funneling everything to the top. But if you talk about that, they get mad at you for it, because they're not really that interested in tackling class analysis personally. They're like LARPing over it. They'd rather just talk about these hoity-toity high ideas without actually putting their words and actions where their mouth is and making the changes in their own community and hoping that they inspire other communities to do the same. But anyway, Thought Time says, I appreciate the thought, but I agree with the criticisms and have already apologized and move on. And of course, that's not good for Peter Coffin. He's like, oh, I mean, no problem, but I definitely do not agree. As Peter Coffin's trying to use him, even though he doesn't want to be used, to spread the narrative of cancel culture. And Angie Speaks, who is terrible, who is just fucking awful in every goddamn way. I'm biting my tongue so hard here to avoid saying something mean. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, you are saying something mean. You're trying to pretend like you're not going to say anything mean, but this is mean. What you're saying is mean. You're not a good person. So I'm just going to be diplomatic and say there's a faction of creators. It's not really worth defending around this sort of thing. When their audience eat them, it's better to just sip the tea. Yeah. Your audience is going to eat you, and I'm going to laugh. enough, but his audience did need him. His audience supported him because he owned up to his shit. Like a decent human being would do. And you motherfuckers want to see his audience turn on him. Because you're mean, bitchy, just like characters from an 80s movies that are bullies. Sitting up in your own little stupid ass cliques. And he's like, very nice. Yep, is very nice. Awful people. They're just awful people. And they shouldn't be supported, in my opinion. And I'm glad to see this reft in BreadTube, and I hope it spreads, really. I would do everything I can to help fracture BreadTube. And maybe something better will come out of the ashes of it. So anyway, I guess I will stop there and check the chatty chats for now. We're going to get into Joe Biden's new campaign video that was pretty controversial that just recently came out. But let's check the chats first, see what you guys have to say. Start with the super chats. Lifeblood of the show, super chats. All right. Meldronic, $2. Happy 420. Take a toke. I can't. SB Ryle, $5. Thanks for making my Monday better. Hey, thank you for supporting the show. You rock. RR, BJ Childs, $2. Happy 420, bro. Never Biden folks can be dishonest. Yes, they can definitely be dishonest. They're definitely trying to help Trump get elected again. I understand it, but I don't agree with it. I'm going to fight it. Lane Diggity. What's up, Lane Diggity? What's up, Dusty? These progressives went full MAGA. They have. They're not progressives. They're Trojan horses. And their fucking narrative is so silly, too. It's like, hey, if we elect Biden, then in 4 years, an even worse Trump is going to be put into office. So we got to let Trump have another 4 years at it to help him fuck shit up. Well, okay, for one, you don't have the ability to predict the future. You're just talking out your fucking ass. But since we're just going to pull shit out of our ass, what if you let Trump get elected for another 4 years, he solidifies his base. And then, because you didn't get rid of him, he has enough 4 years to stay popular, which he would. Like, if you got rid of him, he would be nearly as popular in 4 years. But he maintains his popularity with his base because you let him in office for 4 years. And at the end of the 4 years, he endorses the next 2 Trump.0. And because you let him stay in office and he's still incredibly popular, he helps that Trump 2.0 get elected, and it's even worse. What if that happens instead? That seems much more likely to happen than because you voted Biden in, a worse Trump 2.0 gets put in place, right? So I can make up shit too, motherfuckers, right? We can all sit around and we could just make up shit to push our narrative on who we think should be reelected for 4 years. Instead, why don't we look at the policies that each one is most likely to implement right now and base our decision based on policy? How about that? But they don't want to do that. They don't want to fucking do that. They don't want to talk about policies because they get crushed. They have to make other bullshit up. So I just intend to keep crushing with the policies. That's my thing. Breaking Bat 094. What's up, Breaking Bat? Oh, I missed Beast Nation. See, I almost missed Beast Nation again. What the fuck, Beast Nation? Sorry about that. Beast Nation 2009, $10. No, I missed Faye. Let's go Faye first. Faye, $5. Yes, please stay home. Don't be a tool for the greedy who care about money more than your life. Yeah, like the rich and the billionaire class who are doing this astroturfing to make all these ignorant motherfuckers get out there and not vote against their own best interest, but protest against their own best interest. They're not the ones who are going to suffer. They're going to be on their fucking yachts making bank while you motherfuckers die. You're being used. That's the way it always happens. Wake up, motherfuckers. B Station 2009, $10. Speaking of Brooks and other faux progressives, thanks to SJD for that term, I need to say this. Marginalized people don't let their allies tokenize them for selfish reasons like political purity. Agreed. Good point. Thank you, Beast Nation. Breaking Bat 094. Are Republicans supposed to be prepared for the end times? Why can't you go a couple months without a haircut? I know, right? Jesus don't care what you look like. When you get to heaven, I'm pretty sure they'll have barbers in heaven to cut your hair. I'm sure it'll be like gold and shit. So just I was going to say just commit suicide at home and go to heaven, but that sounds bad, so I won't say that. I never said that. B-Stage 2009, $5. Race mixing is communism. So much for it's not about race. Oh, yeah, racism's dead. Racism doesn't exist anymore. I saw Gavin McGinnis on The Surfs talking about how racism ended in 1974 or some shit. I'm sure he was just trolling, but holy goddamn shit. Ignorant. Joe Emmer, $1.99. I love Monsanto. Anti-Biden's dullards this point. Yes, agreed. Anti-Bidens are duller to this point. And like, see, I'm hoping that they're going to come around. I'm hoping this is just a couple month period, because I went through the same thing. Like, I talked about this before. Like, when Hillary won the nomination over Bernie, I was butthurt for like 60 days. And I was much more open to Trump getting elected for 60 days. And I pushed a few narratives that might help Trump get elected for 60 days. And I'm hoping against hope, that clearer heads prevail eventually. And these people snap the fuck out of it and realize we cannot afford another 4 years of Trump. But if they don't, let's go to war, motherfuckers. Let's battle. That's what I'm here for all goddamn week. Jim Cornbread, $5. Hey, man, you deserve a few more Corona bucks. Appreciate it, Jim. Cornbread, good for you. Love me some cornbread here in Mississippi, and I appreciate you. Joe Amaro with $1.99. What happens when your parents are also your siblings? Well, I talked to Uncle Daddy about that, and he said that's perfectly natural. And he also said that second cousins don't count. So take that for what it's worth. Dantos hollered, $5. Biden is hopeless and has to be hidden because he embarrassed himself when he speaks with a teleprompter. Bernie bros or not, he can't win. No, that's bullshit. You have no idea. That's exactly what they said about Trump. Trump can't beat Hillary, right? And actually, like, if you watch, I've shown 30, I haven't shown this, but I played clips of his 30-minute video where he's talking to Bernie Sanders, where he talked just fine and he wasn't reading off a teleprompter. So, I mean, the reason you believe this narrative is because so many on the left and the right both are clipping out every mistake he makes and then making it go viral and spreading it everywhere instead of playing the 30 minutes where he talks completely lucidly and makes complete sense. So instead of buying into that narrative, you should actually watch his long videos. And he actually, I mean, he's not the best speaker in the world. He's no Obama, but he is better than Trump in every way. If you actually listen, Joe Biden is a better speaker than Trump is. Sorry, he is. I know you can edit it to make it look like that's not true, but I could do the opposite. I could edit it to make it look like he is if I wanted to. So just, like, don't believe all these fucking narratives that are being spread by the butthurt Bernie. I don't want to call them Bernie bros, because I'm a Bernie bro, right? I supported Bernie as much as anybody. I have more hours on video shilling for Bernie than any of these motherfuckers do. I would call them Bernie or busters, but they're not even Bernie fans anymore. They turn on Bernie now. So they need a new name. I don't know. I guess Never Biden's maybe a good name. I don't know what to call these fucks. B-Station 2009, $5. Give me liberty, give me death. The Undertaker has entered the chat. So it was written, so it shall be done. Oh, Undertaker, go get all the people that are protesting the coronavirus. It was only them. That's the bad part. Bits and Pieces, $4.99. A lot of people pushing the Bernie or bust and Never Biden narrative are paid actors or foreign accounts posing as American leftists. Well, I don't like conspiracy theories, so I haven't seen any evidence of that. But also, I would not be surprised at all if that were true. So if you have evidence of that, I would be happy to look at that. But I think a lot of these people just are getting lots of clicks for it because it's the popular narrative right now, and that's what fuels them. I really do believe that. Dusty, how does one contact you for business purposes? You can message me. My DMs are open on Twitter at Cult of Dusty1. Cult of Dusty1. Cult of Dusty1. Check it out. All right, let me check the regular chat real quick, and then we'll continue on with the show. I voted for Hillary. Oh, good for you. Me too. You should have voted for Hillary. Hillary wasn't a great candidate either, but she was better in every fucking possible way than Trump. And a lot of this shit that's happening right now wouldn't have happened if Hillary was in office. That's just the facts. I call them Trump supporters. Okay, that works for me. No one's claiming it will be a Biden paradise. Nope, no one's claiming that. No one's even claiming Biden is a good candidate. We're just claiming that in every possible way a human being can be better than Trump. He is better than Trump. Is he better than Bernie? Nope. Not even close. Is he better than Trump? Yep. In every way. Not my fault. Just the messenger. They were both accused of sexual misconduct. Yep, they were both accused of sexual misconduct, although even that is not is a false equivalence. You know, Biden was accused of digitally penetrating a woman. Trump was actually taken to court for raping a child. So if you just want to believe accusers without, actually having to convict somebody, Trump is a child rapist. And then he has 27 other counts of sexual assault on top of that. So yeah, they're both accused, but it's not equal. One of them is clearly a far less evil. And just because you say one's a far less evil, that doesn't mean you're defending the lesser evil. That just means you're pointing out the truth of the matter. Smash the like button, folks. Absolutely. Why haven't you pushed the like button yet? You should definitely do that. And subscribe to me if you haven't already subscribed to me. Biden is better. Yes, Biden is better. Stop caring about TJ. No. I will stop misquoting TJ. I didn't misquote TJ. Joe Biden is not instilling me with a lot of hope. Okay. Is Trump instilling you with a lot of hope? I mean, because that's your choice, right? I don't care how dangerous it is. I will wear my mask and gloves to vote for Biden in November. It should all be mail-in ballots, but of course the Republicans don't want that because the more people that vote, the less likely they are to win. So they want to suppress the vote every chance they possibly can get. Biden's not better for comedians. I mean, it'd be better for me. I'm sick of talking about Trump. I'm sick of listening to Trump. I'd much rather make fun of Biden for another 4 years than make fun of Trump for another 4 years. I think Trump has 30 accusations. Biden has 8. Well, Trump has accusations of like full-on sexual assault. 7 of the 8 of Biden's accusations are like, well, he sniffed my hair or he like rubbed my shoulders and stuff. And that's not the defense, folks. Biden is Handsy Joe who invades women's spaces. No doubt about that. But it's not the same thing as I grabbed them by their pussy without their permission, except for the one time Biden actually seemed to do that. But, you know, I'm talking about all the rest of them, the other 30. But bad Biden. Bad if you did that. Bad Biden. All right, let me go ahead. We're going to talk about Biden's new campaign video, which was controversial. Now, first off, I want to play you this clip from Obama. Obama, who I had problems with. You guys might remember I called for Obama's impeachment for drone strikes. Liked some of the things he did, but didn't like other things he did. And overall, I think he was not that great of a president, although much better than the Republicans would have put forth. But anyway, he saw the pandemic coming. They put teams in place to try to handle it, which Trump completely dissolved. And he talked about it, and we'll listen to him talk about it a little bit here.
Disease that is deadly. And in order for us to deal with that effectively, we have to put in place an infrastructure, not just here at home, but globally, that allows us to see it quickly, isolate it quickly, respond to it quickly. So that if and when a new strain of flu, like the Spanish flu, crops up 5 years from now or a decade from now, we've made the investment and we're further along to be able to catch it. It is a smart investment for us to make. It's not just insurance, it is knowing that down the road we're going to continue to have problems like this, particularly in a globalized world.
Yep, so Obama called it. He said exactly what was going to happen. He put teams in place to try to help stop it from happening. Here's an article about it. As soon as Trump got into office, Trump slashed the entire fucking thing. The Trump administration cut staff by more than 2/3 at key U.S. public health agencies operating inside of China, as part of a larger rollback of U.S.-funded health and science experts on the ground there leading up to the coronavirus outbreak, Reuters has learned. Most of the reductions were made at the Beijing office of the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, and occurred over the past 2 years, according to public CDC documents reviewed by Reuters and interviews with 4 people familiar with the drawdown. So basically, Obama put all these safety precautions in places. We had people on the ground in China working with the Chinese people to help, not only were they trying to help them secure their laboratories, which had problems, but they were trying to accurately report on what was going to happen there. You know, if an outbreak broke out, we would have our own people on the ground, so we would not have to believe the Chinese government. We would know firsthand what was going to happen, and we could report accurately to our government so they could handle it. And Trump eradicated that, which is what Joe Biden's latest campaign ad was about. He basically took Trump to task for eliminating our presence in China, so we would actually know what was going on, and we'd have like highly trained people that could help the Chinese fight this. And I actually thought this was a good campaign ad at first. I thought it did exactly what people were telling Bernie to do. People wanted Bernie to be meaner to Joe Biden. They wanted Bernie to hit harder back at Trump. And I thought it was a hard-hitting ad that targeted Trump for pulling people out of China and helping exacerbate this problem. But after this video came out, a lot of people said this was racist. So I'm going to play the video for you. And then I'm going to play you the people that thought it was racist. And then I'm going to try to hear both sides of it and have a nuanced opinion about this. So here's the Joe Biden ad where he takes Trump to task for pulling the CDC workers and cutting the pandemic office.
He failed to act. So now Trump and his allies are launching negative attacks against Joe Biden to hide the truth. Here are the facts. Joe Biden warned the nation in January that Trump had left us unprepared for a pandemic. Then, Biden told Trump he should insist on having American health experts on the ground in China.
I would be on the phone with China and making it clear, we are going to need to be in your country. You have to be open. You have to be clear. We have to know what's going on.
But Trump rolled over for the Chinese. He took their word for it.
The president tweeted, China has been working very hard to contain the coronavirus. The United States greatly appreciates their efforts and transparency.
China, I spoke with President Xi, and they're working very, very hard, and I think it's going to all work out fine.
Trump praised the Chinese 15 times in January and February as the coronavirus spread across the world.
It's a tough situation. I think they're doing a very good job.
Are you concerned about its potential impact on the global economy?
I think that China will do a very good job.
Trump never got a CDC team on the ground in China. And the travel ban he brags about? Trump let in 40,000 travelers from China into America after he signed it. Not exactly airtight. Look around. 22 million Americans are out of work, and we have more officially reported cases and deaths than any other country. Donald Trump left this country unprepared and unprotected for the worst public health and economic crisis in our lifetime. And now we're paying the price. All the negative ads in the world can't change the truth.
So, like, I at first thought that was a really good campaign ad. I thought it, hit him pretty hard, like people were saying that should be done. But then a lot of Asian people, Asian Americans and Asians around the world came out and they said that they thought this was a racist ad. Here's Do Jun Lee. Joe Biden stopped dehumanizing Asians as political props, saying you condemn Trump for stoking anti-Asian racism and then releasing ad with racist yellow apparel and imperialist tropes will provoke more violence against AAPI lives already experiencing harm because of Trump's words and actions. And here's one from Studio Glibly. Man, shut up! Campaign xenophobia. I never heard that word before, but apparently xenophobia means like racism against Chinese people. And this kind of effusive praise for it is very clearly dangerous. What the fuck is wrong with you? So I'm trying to listen, folks. I'm trying to listen to all sides of it. And maybe this ad is sort of racist, I guess. I want to be consistent because I called out Bill Maher for wanting to rename the coronavirus the Chinese virus, because I felt like renaming it the Chinese virus and people calling it the Chinese virus in their day-to-day lives would just make ignorant people blame all Asian people, not even Chinese people, just all Asian people in general, which we've seen happen all over the world right now, and it would cause violence against them. And I didn't think this commercial was in that same vein because it wasn't really blaming Chinese people or even China specifically. It was more blaming Trump for pulling out the CDC and not having Americans on the ground there so we would actually know what was happening. So I thought it was in a different light, but there are a lot of Asian people that disagree with me. So I'm trying to listen and rethink my positions because I think that's the best way to be. Got to sometimes challenge your own ego, the things you think, and listen to other people that might have a different perspective on things. So what do you guys think about this? Is this a racist ad or is it not? Is it a good hard-hitting ad that hits Trump for pulling CDC people out? Up to you, folks. Let me know your opinion in the chat. And the good news is it does look like the left is sort of pushing Biden more to the left. I know he got some bad ratings for a few environmental groups, but now he's putting out more intense climate change proposals, and he scores endorsement from one of the big spending green groups. And Biden said he wanted to adopt ideas from climate activists and set other new concrete goals for combating climate change before the end of the decade. In the months ahead, expanding this plan will be one of my key objectives, Biden said. So, that's good. I mean, if he does anything, that will be better than what Trump's doing. Trump's a climate change denier who is accelerating global warming instead of doing anything about it whatsoever, which scientists say we cannot afford another 4 years of progressives. Maybe you could stop sabotaging Biden and helping Trump win. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe you guys don't have children or grandchildren who are going to be suffering, but I don't know. Think about it. Like, hopefully you guys will come around and cooler heads will prevail. Goddamn, folks. And I guess I'll read the chat real quick. What's the time it is? Oh my God. This might be a 4-hour show. We'll see what happens. I don't know if I'm going to get to all my material. I want to hear what you guys have to say about the Biden ad. Seems dog whistly to be. I guess you mean to me. Okay. The ad is not racist. Okay. Doesn't seem to be racist. It didn't seem to be racist to me either, but like I'm not an Asian or Asian American, so easy for me to say. Do not rethink the position. The ad is not racist, for fuck's sakes. That's what I was thinking too. Like, but still, like I always want to try to think about it from all sides because that's the nuanced way to be. Life is very nuanced. I don't see it as a racist ad. It blames Trump for not being prepared. I agree. That's exactly what it is. I think a lot of people didn't realize that it was hitting him on the CDC issues and the fact that Trump pulled out all the people from the CDC and all the preparedness that Obama put in place. So I don't think people like understood that's the angle it was coming from. So the Chinese government absolutely deserves to take some of the blame. Yes, I totally agree. The Chinese government absolutely deserves to take a lot of the blame. As long as it's not passed off to the Chinese people or Asian people in general, that's where the real threat lies. The ad is not racist. Stop being a morons. Okay, that was my initial thoughts too. The ad is not racist. You definitely need a real leftist party, but Democrats and Republicans are right-wingers. Okay, well, maybe. But they're not the same. One is very far to the right, and the other will be center-right, which is much better, in my opinion. So a false equivalence helps nobody. That isn't racist. That is what happened. I agree. That's what I thought, too. But, of course, it wasn't just Asian Americans pushing the narrative. It was left. It was all these progressive channels pushing. Oh, my God, look at this racist ad Biden put out. And the same people will go play Trump's attack on Nancy Pelosi for having an expensive refrigerator with ice cream in it. And like, oh, look how devastating this ad is. So anything Joe Biden does is racist and shitty, and he has Alzheimer's. Anything Trump does is brilliant, and it's going to be a bloodbath. And these are people that are calling themselves progressives. It's a Trojan horse. I mean, I can't say that enough, folks. It's just the wildest shit. It attract Trump from the right. Okay, maybe. 100 Dusty. Cool. Don't be surprised if the folks who came out against Biden for this racist ad were already never Biden. Yeah, I'm sure they are. All the progressive channels I see that came out and attacked him for this were burning or bust people. I can't see how it's racist. Me either. But like I'm trying to listen. All right, let me continue with the show. Let me check the super chat, see if I got any more. Dusty, what is BreadTube? BreadTube is basically a market for lefty content creators. It's mostly a channel on Reddit where they advertise different lefty channels. But basically what happened was they all kind of formed this big clique, which happens, where they all watch each other back, but they don't like criticize each other properly, because that's what's happened when you get in these cliques. When you criticize the rest of the people in the cliques, you get punished for it. And when you don't criticize them, you get rewarded for it. So then, and they all start repeating the same narratives over and over again, which is turning out to be a lot of them. It's especially this never Biden, which is a pro-Trump narrative that they're pushing. So anyway, it's mainly just a Reddit subforum. Hey, Dusty, how do you feel when Bernie lost, and do you think Biden's cognitive decline will be an issue? Thank you, Tyler D. I was sad when Bernie lost. I was a big Bernie Sanders supporter, and I think he's a way better candidate than Biden, and I support Bernie's policies, but I think the Biden cognitive decline narrative is blown out of proportion. Now, do I think there is some cognitive decline in Biden? Sure. Do I think it's to the degree it's being painted as? Absolutely not. It's not. They're literally just blowing this out of proportion to sabotage him. And it's very transparent that's what they're doing. So that's my opinion on that. Joe Sco, $5. Hey, Dusty, where do you think the atheist movement is in 2020? It seems dead, with half alt-righters and half thinking class determined. Yeah, it died. Like so many of the big people that were in charge of it got accused of sexual assault, right or wrong. They were being handsy dickheads, and it came back to bite them. And then the other half jumped on the skeptic bandwagon, where they were more interested in blowing up the threat of SJWs instead of actually calling out religion. And we got walloped in the back of the head by religion, and the fucking religious right took over everything. So they killed it. They killed it with their anti-SJW nonsense. So, yeah, it's dead. It's pretty much dead. Unfortunately. I already read that. What is BreadTube? Corey Davis, not racist. They want to make a false equivalence. Yep, that's what I thought too. They're just trying to make Biden look bad no matter what. Even when he hits hard against Trump, they want to make sure that he doesn't win because, like, I guess it's better for their bottom line. Like, I can't imagine it's anything else. It's definitely not based on policy. That's for sure. Wikawanda, 5 pounds of this. Don't think the ad is racist, but would appreciate the same energy for how non-Chinese people, especially black folks, are being treated in China right now. I know I've read about that, like in some communities, like people from Africa and China are being refused business at shops and stuff. It's just full-on racism in China right now against black folks. So definitely should be called out more often. That's a good point. Thank you, Wikawando. All right, let me continue on with the show. God damn it, time's going by so fast. I can't believe this is real, folks, but it is. Somebody screenshotted this to me, and I thought it was one of those fake screenshots. You know how you can? There's some websites that allow you to like make fake Twitter tweets from people, and I thought this must be the case here. But I went and looked, folks. This is real. Here's Kaitlin Bennett, gun girl. Honestly, letting women vote in this country wasn't one of the best ideas. Got to take my glasses off. Females vote with emotion and overwhelmingly support democratic feel-good policies that take away our actual rights. I'd rather lose my right to vote than lose my right to defend myself with a firearm. So let me get this straight. Women are too emotional to vote, but they're not too emotional to own AR-15s, which have been used in multiple mass shootings. Really now, Kaitlin Bennett? Conservatives are not sitting their best, folks. They're definitely not sitting their best. Lots of emotional replies to this tweet. As always, thanks for proving my point, everyone. Yeah, they're the emotional ones. Good goddamn, it's hard to believe this is real life, folks. And of course, you won't be surprised to hear that leaked Kaitlin Bennett chats appear to showcase anti-Semitism. Oh my. So fucking shocked by all this. Apparently, Liberty Hangout is one of her handles. Asking out of curiosity, do you believe the Holocaust has been told? Yes, not exactly. And then, what do you think? And she says, it doesn't seem possible that 6 million people were killed. Yeah, there's some Holocaust denial for you. I think Vosh did a video on this. I didn't watch it, but I saw the thumbnails. So I think he went into more detail on this. But not surprised, anti-Semitic, racist, dipshit who is against women's suffrage. Kaitlin Bennett. God damn it, Republicans are so fucking stupid. And speaking of people who are stupid, Tony Stark wannabe, Elon Musk. Based on current trends, probably close to 0 new cases in the U.S. by the end of April. Yeah, dead on. Another 10 days and the pandemic will be over, folks. Elon Musk doth bequeathed it. You know, genius, savior of mankind, Elon Musk, people. Stop putting Elon Musk on a goddamn pedestal. He's a fucking dipshit. Okay? I heard, I think this is true, that he inherited a lot of his money because his parents owned, some kind of, was it emerald mines in Africa or some shit? Like blood emeralds and shit? So he was already a rich kid who had a big start. And of course, we've seen from studies that the number one indicator of how successful your life is going to be in the future is how much money your parents have, where you start off with. So quit giving him so much credit for being the super genius, because he ain't, in my opinion, kind of a dumbass. And speaking of bad COVID-19 takes, here's Bill Mitchell. First, he says, humans are fragile bags of water on a planet full of sharp, pointy things. Diseases can and will kill us. But COVID-19 will never reach the infection levels of the flu because people with the flu are walking around everywhere. People with COVID-19 immediately get locked down. And so, what if the mortality rate of COVID-19 appears higher in some places than the flu? You will never, all capital letters, never get 31 million cases of COVID-19 in the U.S. You will never get 34,000 deaths from this disease. And for the flu, 34,000 deaths is a slow season. That's right, folks. You will never, ever get 34,000 deaths in the United States, except for now we're at 42,640 in the United States. So, yeah. If you're listening to this motherfucker, you might want to stop. A little bit. Just saying. How many times these people have to prove themselves wrong before you guys start listening to them? Insanity! And oh my God, this motherfucker. Dan Crenshaw. Conservatives can't get away with the same things that the left can get away with. It's amazing what they can get away with. Yeah, isn't that right, folks? The Republican president has been accused of sexual misconduct by more than 20 women and was implicated in felony crimes in federal court by his longtime personal attorney. Literally was sued for child rape. Literally covered for Saudi Arabia. You know, the people who 15 out of 19 of the hijackers of 9/11 came from. Literally covered for them as they cut up an American journalist's body. Literally paid off porn stars for affairs. I mean, I just got to sigh, folks. I just got to sigh. And, of course, poor, what is that guy who was on Saturday Night Live? Norman Smalley. What the fuck? I know if I look at chat, I won't see his name. But he got fucking booted out of goddamn Congress for just pretending to grope a woman in a picture. Talk about not being able to get away with shit. The fuck's that guy's name? Al Franken, that's his name. Haha, I didn't have to look. I remembered it, motherfuckers. Yeah. Suck it. You were like Al Franken in the chat. Al Franken. I didn't even look and I remembered. Yeah. My brain rules. Anyway, fuck that dude. And here's the #1 cable news network in the world, folks. This is what Americans are subjecting themselves to night after night. This is the propaganda that we're going through.
Your models are out of control. The economy is out of control. China is the one that's out of control. We're not going to let you destroy this country or our way of life. We've worked too hard and we fought too long to lose it to a Wuhan. That's what I said, a Wuhan virus that China knew about, openly lied about, said it couldn't be transmitted from human to human, and intentionally protected Chinese citizens from the virus, but allowed that virus to be released, putting the rest of the world at risk. You want to control people? You politicians want to flex your muscles? Well, start working on how you're going to punish, ostracize, alienate, and financially sanction and make China accountable for what they did to us and the rest of the world. But keep your damn hands off us and do something about what got us into this mess in the first place.
So they're just outwardly stoking war with China now, folks. Lou Dobbs is doing it too. Lou Dobbs outright calling for war with China. Let's see if I can find Lou Dobbs here. Here we go. Lou Dobbs directly outright calling for war with China on our national news networks.
If this turns out to be a biological weapon, KT, if this happens to be a conscious and overt act on the part of the Chinese military, and we know that biological warfare is part of their military doctrine, a significant part, just as cyber warfare or any other. If this were to turn out to be that, what should be the response? Because I'm not interested in 2- and 3-year programs, as I said to former Congressman Jason Chaffetz. This country is not operating in the 21st century if we think we've got time to retool, reposition, repurpose. We have to have an answer now.
We don't have time. We don't. I mean, this is not, we'll get around to it. This is like dealing with it right now today. If China has unleashed chemical biological warfare on the world, not only the United States, but on the world, then I think it is the beginning of a new Cold War, which they have started. And the United States needs to stand up to the Chinese economically, politically, diplomatically, militarily, in cyberspace and covert operations. We need to find allies who will stand up with us. And we need to go to the Chinese and say, none of this goes on. If you want a Cold War, we'll match you mano a mano, but we don't want one. But if you're going to push us there, we are not. We're going to disengage. We're going to decouple from your economy.
If we don't go to war, over the loss of 31,000 now, and certainly more to come, 31,000 American lives. What do we go to war over? When do we quit sending strong letters and talking tough? At what point?
Yeah, you're talking tough, motherfucker. It's not you that's going to die in these wars. It's the young that always dies. You're going to be fine. Your rich ass is going to get richer off of it. These fucking ghouls are trying to get us all killed, folks. Good luck with the war with China, dudes. No thanks. I do not want to go with war in China. I know, controversial. How can I be so controversial and yet so brave at the same time? And this is actually pretty funny. Hannity's explanation of reopening Yankee Stadium is the funniest shit I've watched in a while. This is like something you see off Curb Your Enthusiasm. This is like something Larry David would make up as a bit. Yet he's serious.
To start with this one thing. People most at risk with underlying health issues or compromised immune systems, guys, you shouldn't go. Not this year. You're going to have to take a year off. Every player, every trainer, every coach, every ticket taker, every food and beverage worker, anybody working in these stadiums will have to have that Abbott 5-minute test. Have to. Anyone that wants to attend a game. Now, if I have the choice attending the game or not attending the game, I'm just speaking for myself. Consult your doctor. I'm not a doctor. But you must get the temperature test to get into the Yankee Stadium. You get the temperature test. If you have a temperature, they give you information. You go to your doctor, be safe at home, how to do contact tracing. No, can't have a database, got to respect medical privacy, but you can't be, if you have a temperature, going into any even outdoor stadium. Now, temporarily, again, not the best conditions, but if it's my choice and I have to wear gloves, a mask, okay, I'll wear it. I'd rather go and wear it. If everyone else is wearing it, we can suck it up for a couple of months until things have passed. Probably can't eat popcorn because you have to keep your mask off the whole time, but you probably could eat a hot dog. You open up your respirator, take a bite, and you chew it under your mask. I have to drink my beer if I'm at a game. So if I have to use a straw and slip it in, I'll do that. Whatever it takes to get my beer. I want to have a beer. Everyone's got to make their own decision. What is your appetite for any risk? You get in a car, it's risk. You're going to have to decide, consult with your own doctor. I would rather have my temperature taken, drink beer from a straw, eat a hot dog by going like this and chewing it in a mask and not go at all. That's my decision. You make yours. Now, I'm pro-choice. I know this is not ideal, but if it's about saving the lives, especially of other people more vulnerable, and getting our economy back up and running full speed as quickly as possible, I'll suck it up. And I think a lot of New Yorkers would suck it up and want to go to the game, wear the mask and gloves. And maybe the Yankees and the Giants and Jets and Mets can make their own mask and hand them out as you go in with their emblems on it. I don't know, just an idea.
Yeah, just an idea, folks. That sounds amazing, doesn't it? Hey, I want to watch sports so bad that who cares if I get grandma killed? Who cares if I spread this shit? Go Yankees! Freedom! Good Lord, dude. Our news networks in America. It's no wonder we're the laughing stocks of the fucking world. We ought to be. We fucking deserve it. And, so insane. They pretend like they give a shit about poverty. Like, Tucker Carlson is literally on tape explaining that he is part of the elite that just talks about populism to distract poor people so they don't come after him and kill him. Listen to him pretend like they give a shit about poor people.
Every politician, myself included sometimes, is just dancing around the issue. The American people get it.
What?
We got to reopen, and when we do, the coronavirus is going to spread faster, and we got to be ready for it.
Yep. You know what kills more people every year than coronavirus? A lot more? Poverty. Poverty kills people in massive numbers. We should remember that.
Senator, then why do you spend all your time boosting up billionaires? Why do you spend all your time attacking the fucking poor? If you really care about that shit, because you don't. You don't. Your portfolio is suffering, you rich asshole, and you want to send people back to work to die because money is more important than people. Transparent as fuck. And let's see. Let's see what this one is. Oh, yeah. Just. I guess we'll skip that one. Let's skip Tucker Carlson. I only got 30 more minutes, and I still got a lot of shit to cover, so let's go ahead and skip ahead. Fauci, feel sorry for this dude. He has to go on Fox News and explain this stupid shit to these ignorant motherfuckers. And you can see he's just so fucking tired of having to explain this stupid shit to these people. And his reward is to have Trump supporters go out in the street and chant for him to be fired when he's just trying to save lives.
Dr. Fauci, on the question of a vaccine, we don't have a vaccine for SARS. I mean, they got close in mice. We don't have a vaccine for HIV. And life did go on, right? So the idea that we're definitely going to have a vaccine, we didn't really approach much else in the same way as we're pegging going back to normal with a vaccine, did we?
Well, no, but Laura, this is different. HIV/AIDS is entirely different. We don't have a vaccine for HIV/AIDS, but we have spectacularly effective treatment. People who invariably would have died years ago right now are leading essentially normal lives. SARS is a different story. SARS disappeared. We developed a vaccine. We were in the process of going through the various phases. We showed it was safe. We showed it induced a good response. And then SARS disappeared. And we didn't need to develop a vaccine for SARS. So I think it's a little bit misleading maybe to compare what we're going through now with HIV or SARS. They're really different.
But we don't know. This could disappear. I mean, SARS did pretty much disappear. This could as well, correct?
Yeah. You know, anything could, Laura, but I have to tell you, the degree of efficiency of transmissibility of this is really unprecedented in anything that I've seen. It's an extraordinarily efficient virus in transmitting from one person to another. Those kind of viruses don't just disappear.
Okay.
He's so tired. I decided to smoke my medical tobacco, folks. Completely legal where I live. So the rest of the show, I'm going to be totally fucked up and not be able to concentrate, but I got to smoke something because after listening to this shit, good goddamn, y'all. 420 celebrated. Might as well. It's all so depressing. The world we're living in right now. Got to have something to take the edge off. And good. These people are so fucked up. Here's Scott Walker saying, hey, let's send people back to work and let's just cut off their access to break rooms and lunchtime. That's the way we should do it. That's the empathetic way to be towards our workers, isn't it, folks?
I remember years ago when I was a kid playing sports, if the lights went off at the stadium, you turned them on. It took a while to come back on. That's what the economy is going to be like. There's going to have to be a phase in. I think we start with manufacturing and the trades. Those areas where you physically have to be there and where you can spread people out. You can close down break rooms and lunch rooms and keep people at their actual machinery, at their site. You can do other things to make sure people aren't huddled together and keep those offices where there are cubicles.
They're just subhuman. They just do not give a fucking shit about their fellow human being. Yeah, just fucking put them to work. They're basically just machinery anyway. Keep them right there at their fucking workstations. Put them in the cubicles. No lunch for you guys. Eat it right there at your fucking machine. It's crazy. Oh my God. I'm going to be fucking useless. I'm so stoned right now, but you got to just laugh about this shit to keep from crying, folks. These are literally the fucking people in charge on our news network saying shit like this, and people are in the streets protesting for their right to go back to work and have their lunch times cut out and have their fucking breaks cut out from them. That's what bootlickers conservatives are. And, saying shit like this. Yeah, people are going to be mad that not enough people died. You know, because that's real life. That's how we are. We want more people to die.
That is great news. It's 100% correct. The IHME model from the University of Washington has the latest numbers and projections. Now, right now, there is zero shortage of ICU beds and zero shortage of vents. The projected need for ventilators on the peak day is 14,407 nationally. That's nationally. For ICU beds, well, guess what? The numbers just killed the estimates originally. And by the way, another cost of these lame, panic-inducing models, it looks like we really didn't need the USS Mercy or the USS Comfort in New York or Los Angeles. Americans should be furious about this. Of course, the men and the women in these ships that are doing their patriotic duty, they're amazing. The commanders, amazing. But this is a lot of money that we're spending on a response that was based, again, on faulty numbers. Now, long before
It wasn't based on faulty numbers. These are the projections that if we didn't do what we did, you know, we took action to help keep the numbers down, and what we did fucking worked. And I think the people that did the numbers to begin with were shocked that Americans are actually willing to do what it took, you know, because we're dumbass fucking idiots. And of course, because of all these protests, there's going to be a second round of sickness that goes down. So we'll see how this fucking plays out. But, yes, Virginia Hefferman says, actually just furious my aunt died. Yeah, we're not mad if the numbers go down. That's good. We're glad the shit we did to make the numbers go down worked. Good God, y'all. And I already played the Lou Dobbs one. Oh my God, folks. Like, this is one of the things, like, it's hard to believe this is real. I want to believe this is parody, but I don't think it is. I do think this is real. You want an example on why, even though I don't believe in God, I have to fight against Christians? Here's an excellent fucking example of how evil they fucking are.
A cool little testimony that just happened at the light. Hold on, I'm turning. There was a man wearing a COVID-19 mask. It was pissing me off. And I'm like, why is he wearing this? And he's asking for money. So I rolled down the window and I said, you know, he's like, change anything. And I really didn't want to give him anything because I'm like, I don't know. You know, I get nervous. I don't want them to go buy drugs and whatnot. But the Lord put on my heart to ask him if you would give me the COVID-19 mask, which is right here, you guys, his mask. So I'll give you $20. He goes, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. So I told him, I ministered to him, and I said, faith over fear. I said, we got to push through the fear, and that the Lord loves you, and Jesus loves you, and he's coming back. And he was so grateful, and he said, thank you, ma'am, thank you, ma'am. You know, like, he was more grateful for hearing the message of the Lord than for the $20. I mean, I'm sure of course he loves the $20 too, but I don't know, I felt it. Jesus is good. A cool little testimony that just happened at the light.
Hold on,
I'm
how
turning.
can this be real life, folks? So now he's going to go up to everybody's car and get them infected, one or the other, get infected himself. But she felt it, folks. Jesus told her to help COVID-19 spread. And, you know, he was more interested in her little story about Jesus than the $20, folks. Because that's real life. Oh, God damn it. I need to start making religious videos again. Gotta fight back against this shit. I was so good at it. I got tired of being typecast at that. I got tired of spending my whole life. I spent like 10 years doing nothing but talking about Christianity. And I felt like I had other things that I needed to talk about too. But I need to get back into that battle. And this was kind of funny, folks. Talking about reopening the economy. Well, this restaurant is doing whatever it takes. They're training their new waitresses and waiters on new methods on how to handle the customers to keep the spread of COVID-19 down. And this shit just might work.
U had een kopje koffie, zie ik. Ja, kan dit ook over u? Helemaal goed, alsjeblieft. Even kijken. U had een glaasje water bij, geen probleem, alsjeblieft. Even kijken, u had daar ook nog een colaatje.
Weed makes everything so much better. Makes it all so much less depressing. I mean, medical tobacco. That's what I said. Pretty funny. They got almost 2 million views. Those of you who want the economy to open again might want to think about that. This was funny. Did you guys see this one? See if I can play this clip. You guys tell me if at the end here you see anything that looks suspicious to you. I'm going to go ahead and make it full screen. This was actually shown on the news.
Get back in. People definitely want access to their services.
So people won't have to do this much longer.
You guys see anything? Anything standing out to you? How about this guy's dick in the background? What the fuck is going on? Is your man in the shower showing his dick off? I don't know if he's standing really still, so I don't know if that's like a shower curtain with a guy on it. I don't know what that is, but definitely looks like your husband or boyfriend is Showing his junk off on national TV there.
Melinda Mesa, KCRA 3 News. Oh, she is brave.
Oh, she is brave. I don't think they noticed that, but she is brave for that. And I got 156,000 likes. That went semi-viral. Pretty funny. And don't you know it, folks? According to Texas governor, God's hand is guiding COVID scientists. That's right, folks. God caused this plague to begin with. And now he's decided to guide scientists' hands as they cure it. Why would God need scientists to cure it? If he caused it to begin with, couldn't he just cure it without the scientists? Isn't it always interesting that what has to happen to cure these diseases is exactly what would have to happen if no God existed to begin with? Weird how it always works out like that, isn't it? It's almost like there is no God. But no, that can't be true. God is helping them cure it because that's logical, right? And oh my God, this is funny. So this is a Trump advisor, Stephen Moore, who is one of the guys out there publicly now trying to talk about how we need to open the economy immediately. And here is him trying to explain away an incredibly obviously racist joke he told. Watch the fucking links he'll go to try to explain away his racism.
Another statement that keeps coming to light is a joke he made about the Obamas. Just after the election, here, I'll play it.
By the way, did you see that there's that great cartoon going along, that New York Times headline, first thing Donald Trump does as president is kick a black family out of public housing, and it has Obama leaving the White House. I mean, I just love that one.
So funny.
But,
I love it. It's great.
So, that is a joke I always made about, Obama lives in, the president lives in public housing. But I didn't mean it like a black person did. I just
you
meant
said that. You said a black person.
Being in the White House, for example, when I was working with a lot of women and families who were involved in the education voucher program, here in D.C., and people would say, well, and these were blacks who would say, why does Barack Obama get to send his kids to any school that he wants to and we can't? And they say he lives in public housing, and it was just kind of a joke, and that was
The optics, though, the
yeah.
conservative white man
Yeah.
talking about kicking a black man out of public housing.
Right.
Have a particular resonance, especially in this moment.
Yeah, so I shouldn't have said it. Again, you go back 30 years, you're going to be able to find clips over and over and over again about me. I have a long paper trail. I mean, there's no question about it. And I say things that are kind of jokes.
I've been a racist for a long time. Go back far enough, man. I said the N-word repeatedly all the time. So that was just hilarious. I didn't stumble over it. Trying to pretend like it wasn't racist as fuck, dude. But yeah. That's the kind of people that Trump has advising him, a racist with other racists, backing him up 24/7. Do you think we should get these people out of office, progressives? You think? Maybe? Maybe? Nah. Let them have another 4 years. What could go wrong? After all, if we don't, Trump 2.0. Oh my God, be afraid. A worse Trump's going to get put in office if you vote for Biden. So, oh my God. We're not just fear-mongering when we say this, folks. We're not just pulling this out of our ass and making you afraid. No, real life is happening. Just, God damn it, they're so stupid. Fuck, I feel like I don't belong anywhere anymore. It's lowly. And, guess I'll stop and check the chats, and then we'll talk about this chick. Oh my God, I feel so much better now that I'm smoking my medical tobacco. It's amazing. It's an amazing substance that is totally legal where I live. Oh, I can get no more super chats, I guess. No more new super chats unless it didn't load. Let me make sure. It's nope. No super chats. All right. Well, it's light tonight, but what you gonna do? I won't e-bag too much on the super chats. If you guys want more super chat me, you can, and if you don't, that is cool too. You belong here, Dusty. I appreciate that. You guys are my family. It's a small, loyal audience, and that's really what I always wanted. So. Damn, she likes sticking that knife in. She should. Totally fucking racist. This dude is funny in all the bad ways. I know, right? It is like a caricature. I agree. He dug a shaft 5,000 miles deep now. I know. It keeps digging. Funny stuff. That's just a jokey snow from Snoop Dogg. Well, that's a racist Snoop Dogg joke. If Snoop Dogg told that joke, shame on Snoop Dogg. God creates the problem to solve them. I know, right? Just like religion does. They create the fake disease and then sell you the fake cure for the fake disease. Obviously, a mirror. You're talking about the naked guy? I mean, yeah, obviously it's in the mirror, but her husband's going to be pissed. It might be a ghost. Does she groom his merkin? I think it might be a poster. Yeah, I thought it was a poster, too. She has like a poster of a naked dude in a shower, though, hanging up. It's a mirror looking in the shower. Okay. Big dog, rewind. You guys want to see that again? I'll show it to you again real fast. Where was it? Here it is. Let's see if we can make out what it is together.
Yeah, back in. People definitely.
All right.
3 nudes.
Let's see. Oops, I'm too far.
3
Oh,
nudes.
all right. God damn it, Dusty. Hit pause.
KCRA 3.
Boom, there we go. All right, get rid of this. Now, let's see. Okay. It's not moving, so it could be a like, I don't know. I don't know what to make of this, folks. It definitely looks like a naked dude, though, with his dong hanging. And it looks like he's in the shower, but maybe not. No, you see his leg over here. He is in the shower. There he is. So you see his leg on this side. So it's definitely somebody in the shower, now that I see that. So it's not a poster. It's her husband or something just in the shower, standing really still while she talks. Funny as fuck. And I guess this is not a vibrator. I guess that's some kind of vase or something. But anyway. Funny shit, funny shit. I would have noticed if somebody didn't point it out to me. And next up, we're going to make fun of this chick. I agree. Imagine shaming your viewers for not subbing during a pandemic. Like, I've never heard of this woman in my entire life. But this is 100% not how to e-bag. This is how you don't do it. Never heard of her before, but I already hate her. 2.7 million views.
It doesn't really matter how much money you make or how much money you have. That's really the thing. Because I'm not asking you for a large financial contribution. If it cost $20 to sub, $20 is quite a bit of money. $20 is you can get a full meal for $20. And the difference of $20 and eating a meal is in that $20. Like, that's where it is. But a sub is $5. At maximum, in whatever your currency is, it's maybe $10. And it doesn't matter how broke you are. If you have time to watch Twitch, you have $10, truly. If you don't have $10, you probably don't have time to watch Twitch because you should be working. You should be trying to earn money. It's not a ton. It's not like a ton of money. So being like, I'm broke, I can't afford to sub, that doesn't really track. What you mean to say is, I'm so irresponsible with my money, I can't support the entertainment that I enjoy. That's what that. It doesn't really matter how much money.
Oh my god, so unlikable. So yeah, that went viral. 2.7 million views. Good goddamn. Part 2. I never watched part 2. Do we want to watch part 2? Okay, let's watch part 2. Why not?
I'm so irresponsible with my money, I can't support the entertainment that I enjoy.
Oops.
That's what that is. If I want to go see a movie, but I can't afford to pay for the ticket, I mean, you can just download it. You don't have to sub. You can just watch without supporting it. Absolutely. Absolutely. But if you can't afford to go see the movie in theaters, then you can't afford to go see the movie in theaters. It costs the same even if you're paying in a different currency. Oh. I'm unemployed, so basically all my money goes to bills and food, or I would support you. Yeah.
What a bitch, man. I hate to use gender slurs, but holy shit. Sometimes you just gotta call a bitch a bitch.
Really,
sorry.
Like, you're
sorry, I know that's not, like, proper and all that, but goddamn, like, how can you not call that a bitch? If that was a dude, I would call him a bitch. Bitch move. Alright, I guess I already showed that one. Let's see. I already showed that one. Funny stuff, folks. Funny stuff. And yeah, this is a new trend going around where people are lip syncing to Donald Trump's voice bites. And this is a pretty funny one.
Antibiotics used to solve every problem. Now one of the biggest problems the world has is the germ has gotten so brilliant that the antibiotic can't keep up with it. And they're constantly trying to come up with a new. People go to a hospital and they catch They go for a heart operation, that's no problem, but they end up dying from problems. You know the problems I'm talking about.
So tell me Joe Biden has worse cognitive decline than Donald Trump. It's just not true, folks. It's a one-sided narrative, and these videos are funny. I hope to see more of them going on out there. And did you guys hear about this? Apparently, oil is now into the negative dollars. The oil market has completely fucking collapsed. The barrel the oil comes in is now worth more than the oil. It's trading at like $1. They're actually literally paying the oil manufacturers not to deliver the oil because they don't have anywhere to store it because it's worthless now. So I don't pretend to be some kind of a super mega genius that knows a lot about the energy sector and how this is all going to play out. And I guess if the economy comes back, it might rebound. But, you know, people are sitting at home right now, not driving anywhere. And they've been rigging the oil market forever to fuck the consumer. And so it's kind of catching up with them. So as Ali Velshi says, or Velshi, for the first time ever, oil futures turn negative. Tomorrow, trading in oil for 520 delivery expires. Whomever holds that contract must take delivery of that oil on 520 right now. Because of no demand place to store it, buyers are paying sellers not to deliver the oil. The issue is not that there is no value to the oil. Rather, to take delivery of it on 520, you have to be able to store it. And there is no available storage space in the U.S. because we already have, so much oil backed up because no one's driving anywhere. As my partner S. Rule points out, West Texas Intermediate Light Sweet Crude Oil for delivery on 620 is trading above $20, which means traders assume that both demand and capacity will increase. Remember that owning an oil contract when trading expires compels you to take physical delivery of that oil, so people who own those contracts are basically paying other people to take the contract and the obligation to take delivery of the oil. So it's just crazy shit, man. I don't want to completely blame Donald Trump, but let's completely blame Donald Trump. Just saying. Why not? Fuck that dude, am I right? And a lot of people sent this to me, folks, because it's almost like this guy is speaking directly to me. This is I looked at this guy's channel, and he's one of these Bernie or bust people, never Biden people, and his entire channel is obsessed with shitting on Joe Biden, and he's so pissed off that Bernie Sanders didn't get the nomination. And here's one thing I've noticed about these folks is that they can't talk about policy issues, about current policy issues. So I want to say this, folks. I'm glad people don't judge me on how I was 15, 20 years ago. Because just 15 years ago, just 11 years ago, I was a Christian. I was a conservative Christian. I was a George Bush supporter. I supported the Iraq War. I did. But that person I was then is not the person I am right now. You mature, you get older, you listen to other people, you read new information, your opinions change. And so if I were to run for office today on a platform of the public option and 2 years free college for public schools or decriminalizing marijuana and expunging anybody's record who got arrested for marijuana only convictions, stuff like that, I would hate for somebody to say, why are you supporting Dusty? He's a George Bush Iraq War Christian. No, people change, right? And so, to me, and this is the way a lot of what I consider mature people do, is they look at the current platform the candidates are running on. Because historically, as I've said numerous times before, historically, the platform candidates are running on right now is generally what they try to implement the most of. I know people don't believe that. People think politicians are liars. They're not going to do what they say. But historically, that's just not true. Historically, it's somewhere like 70% of what they run on, they try to implement. And I assume Biden is going to be the same thing. I don't see Biden as a once in a multiple lifetime evil Bond villain who won't do that. I just don't. I think he would do the same. So I try to argue on the platforms they're running on now and the policies they're more likely to try to push forward. Because that's the mature thing to do. But these people don't want to do that because they get killed on those issues. They will fucking get murdered on those issues. So they have to make these emotional arguments. But this guy's argument falls apart fucking immediately. So I actually like his passion here. I actually use some of the same passion when I'm doing my videos. And it's moving to a lot of people. But it's actually just emotional nonsense if you break down what he's saying. So let's listen to it, and then I'm going to break it down. And like I said, multiple people sent this to me as though this is an ownage to the things I've been saying. Or like he's talking directly to me, which it kind of seems like he is almost. So let's listen.
If you think that I'm going to defend Joe Biden after he bombed my country and I haven't seen my family in 10 years, then you can go and fuck yourself. The lesser of two evils? That is so privileged. It is so easy for your white fucking ass to sit there in the United States and talk about that, because you're not the one who's going to get drone striked. You're not the one who's going to have a fucking car bomb from ISIS outside your window.
All right, stop. So he's basically making the argument here that Joe Biden is not the lesser of the two evils because Barack Obama did a lot of drone striking. So right off the bat, he's blaming Joe Biden for what his boss did. Is it fair for you to get blamed for what your boss does? Like, I've had a lot of shitty bosses in my life. I'm glad that I wasn't blamed for the stuff they did. But let's just say for a moment that it is fair. Totally fair for Joe Biden to be blamed for what Barack Obama did. His argument falls apart immediately because Barack Obama did much, much, much less drone striking than Donald Trump is doing. So by your own definition, that would be the lesser evil, right? No one is defending drone striking. I literally called for Obama's impeachment over drone striking. But can't we all agree that less drone striking is less evil than more drone striking? And don't believe me, let's have a little look-see here. Drone striking increased under Trump by 400%. And this includes places like Syria, where this guy's from, right? And he's talking about, yeah, your relative's not going to be one blown up by ISIS. Dude, like, Trump literally assassinated the number 2 guy in Iran. Did you see the funeral? The millions and millions of people lined up on the street want to talk about creating terrorists. And the reason you don't hear about all this drone striking that Trump has been doing is because Trump made it secret. Unlike Obama, Trump passed rules where he no longer has to report drone striking. You know, just like the greater evil would do. So not only does Trump do more drone striking, even in your own home country, but he made it secret. So how is that not the fucking greater evil? And look, folks, this idea that if you point out the lesser evil argument, you're actually defending the lesser evil is such fucking bullshit. It's such a childish argument to make. And let me give you an analogy to explain why. Let's say you're walking down the street with your girlfriend one day, and some dude walks up and puts a gun in your face. And he says, you have to vote right now. You don't have a choice. Either I'm going to shoot your girlfriend in the face, or I'm going to punch her in the face. And if you don't choose, I'm going to shoot you in the face, and then I'm going to shoot her in the face. So choose. Which one are you going to choose? Be like, well, I think both of these are horrible choices. I don't want either one to happen, but if I had to choose one, I would rather you punch my girlfriend in the face than shoot her in the face. And then imagine a crowd joins around and they're like, why are you defending your girlfriend being punched in the face? You woman beater. God damn it. You're fucking sitting there trying to have violence done towards women. You fucking piece of shit woman beater. Don't fucking endorse that shit. I'm like, I'm not endorsing it. I'm not defending it. I don't want either one of these things to happen. This situation is not one of my making. I am forced to make this decision. So yes, of the two, this is the lesser evil. I'm not defending it. I'm just pointing out the reality of the situation. But claiming that just pointing out a lesser evil is defending it is so fucking ridiculous and childish. This is something you guys have to fucking get over. It's an emotional argument that has no basis in reality whatsoever.
You're not the one who's going to have to suffer the consequences of the military-industrial complex. You work in politics, you call yourself a progressive, you're a pundit, and you haven't figured out yet that Washington is a one-party system.
But it's not a one-party system. It's a two-party system. If you actually look at the votes the two parties are casting, they are vastly different. This false equivalence does nothing but help conservatives, who generally are much, much, much more war hawkish, are much more militarily aggressive. Trump has proven it with his drone strikes. Like, what the fuck? The Iraq war was done by Bush, a conservative, a Republican conservative. So to pretend like these two fucking parties are the same, it's not true, folks. You can go, there's websites that chronicle the different votes and how they're so vastly different, the issues they're voting on. It's ridiculous. It's childish. It's fucking childish.
You are either really fucking stupid or dishonest.
No, you're dishonest. You're being incredibly fucking... all you have to just Google it. Anybody can go look for themselves. Just like I said earlier, the fucking Democrats are trying to push $2,000 a month for a year for those that are like 130,000. And what did the fucking Republicans push? A one-time payment of $1,200. The two sides are not the fucking same. Now, do they have a lot of the same interests? Do they have a lot of the bad same qualities? Yes, they do. Not saying they don't. Are they both beholden to special interests a lot of times? Do they both have incredibly rich donors that buy their votes? Yes, that's true. But ultimately, the things they vote on are vastly different, and to claim that they are the same is a stupid false equivalence that anybody should be ashamed to spread. It does nothing but help conservatives take and maintain power.
And fuck you in both cases. You're a moron. No one should be listening to anything you say. Your white fucking ass is so privileged.
Okay.
Sitting there and lecturing me.
I agree. My white ass is privileged, but fucking 84% of the black folks in my area in Mississippi voted for Joe Biden. It's starting to look like nationwide Joe Biden is going to take like 90% of the black vote over Trump. So are you going to sit there and say that these people are voting for Biden as the lesser evil because of their white privilege? You know, sometimes white privilege, when you acknowledge you have white privilege, you have to back up and you have to listen to the minorities and the things that they're saying in order to keep your white privilege in check. And when I do that, they are telling me that Joe Biden is the lesser of evil. It's not because they're white privileged. It's because they looked at the issues. They looked at Donald Trump and what he's done, and they know that's a fact of the matter. So for you to sit here and say it's a white privilege issue, to think Joe Biden is the lesser evil, that's so fucking ridiculous. Consider how many minorities are voting for Biden over Donald Trump. Has no basis in reality for whatever. So you can call me white privilege all you want to. You're the one not actually listening to the minority voters because you're having this emotional response because you're incredibly immature and you're fucking butthurt as hell that your boy Bernie Sanders didn't get the nomination. And the reason he didn't get the nomination was because the fucking Democratic voters prefer Joe Biden. You don't have to like that shit, but that's what the fuck happened. So because you're so angry that your boy didn't get the fucking nomination, you're going to spread these false fucking narratives to try to help Trump get elected again. So we fucking suffer until you get your way because you're a whiny fucking piss baby. Keep going.
About how Biden is the lesser of two evils.
Yes.
You call this the lesser of two evils?
Yes, I do.
Deporting 3 million Latinos? You call this...
Okay, Joe Biden didn't deport 3 million Latinos. Once again, that was Obama. And like, I'm not going to defend Obama. I don't like Obama's immigration policy. But if you look at the trend, what happened is that Bill Clinton deported more people than George Bush. George Bush deported more people than Obama. And Obama deported more people than Trump. The number is going down for a variety of factors. For one, many more people were trying to come to America while Obama was president because he was a more welcoming president, I guess. They felt like they'd be more safe. And so they were turned away at the border, and far fewer are actually attempting to come over here because Trump's president, and Trump's been, you know, very, very negative and antagonistic towards people in Central America. And so they're less likely to come over here, so less of them get turned back, which is why the number is lower. You know, it's all nuanced and shit. But, like, if you want to blame fucking Joe Biden for that, fine. But his current policy as it pertains to immigration and immigration reform is much, much, much more progressive in every fucking possible way than Donald Trump's. And to ignore that is just like you're just trying to, I don't know, muddy the waters and put forth a false narrative, in my opinion.
The lesser of two evils, propping up ISIS. Pause this video, go on Google, and look at pictures of Iraqi children maimed by cluster bombs. You're going to justify that? You're going to sit there and justify that war criminal shit to me, you fuck?
No, I'm not going to justify any of that, but I mean, like, the drone strikes are more under Trump. Trump actually supported the Iraq war, too. He wasn't in office to vote for it, but he did as well. So, I mean, if you want to blame Joe Biden for that, I guess you can, but more interested in the policies he's going to put forth, most likely if he becomes president, which is much more progressive than what Trump puts forth. It's going to help a far greater number of people. And so, yeah, if you want to relitigate the Iraq war in order to help Trump get elected for the 4 years, that seems like an emotional based argument to me.
Fucking cocksucker, how fucking dare you? You're going to defend that fucking rapist, that war criminal,
Once again,
that fucking
it's not defending. Pointing out the lesser evil is not a defense of the lesser evil. I don't want you to punch my girlfriend in the face. It's not a defense of punching my girlfriend in the face. Okay? It's just pointing out it's less bad than shooting her in the face. This is an emotional, childish argument.
Segregationist? You're going to defend a segregationist?
Okay. He's like pointing out something he might have done 30 years ago or something. That's like saying, you're going to defend a Christian like Dusty? You're going to defend a Bush supporter like Dusty? It's just not fair to do that, you know? It's just silliness.
Hey, you got no fucking shame? What is wrong with you? Where's your moral compass? You ain't got no fucking standards?
Where's your moral compass? Let Trump have it for another 4 years. Yeah. That's the morally correct thing to do, isn't it?
And you call yourself a progressive?
Yes, I do.
Funding jihadists? You're going to justify this fucking cocksucker Obama and this fucking cocksucker Biden?
That's exactly what we're definitely justifying. Funding jihadists. That's what's happening here, folks. We're not looking at the fucking platforms we're running on and seeing, 20 million more people covered under healthcare, 2 years free public college, or an immediate 10,000 reduction in what you owe in your student loans, or decriminalization of marijuana, expunging of records, or DACA and Dreamers Act, or immediately pulling back Trump's attack on trans people. And they're banning from the military. All of that stuff. No, we're not looking at that, folks. We're defending ISIS. This is a really good faith argument this guy's putting. I'm so owned, folks. I am so owned. I'm basically a terrorist.
Funding terrorists? Have you lost your fucking mind, asshole? Have you lost it?
I have lost it.
You're defending terrorism?
I am defending terrorism.
Fuck you.
I know.
And fuck everybody who defends Joe Biden and endorses him and parrots this bullshit party line of vote blue no matter who, or lesser of two evils. They're all evil. They're all part of the same club. And you're a fucking moron and you shouldn't be working in politics.
They're all equally the same, folks. Joe Biden and Donald Trump are the same. They're the same amount of evil. Definitely. But there's a reason that they don't base anything on the policies and whatnot. And of course, I have a couple more of these links where under Trump, drone strikes far exceeded Obama's numbers. So anybody's argument, it's the lesser evil. Sorry for party rocking, I guess. And this is America, folks. Richest country in the world. Here's the line for drive-through food banks in Pennsylvania. The bread lines that they're always warning you about. If socialists take over, bread lines. I'm not even a socialist, folks. But that's such a bad argument. I think socialism is a tool, like capitalism, that both of them should be used together to create the best system. But capitalism on its own ain't cutting it. Look at this shit, folks. Like Jeff Bezos alone has enough to cure world hunger. Won't fucking do it. So definitely need to fight back against this shit as hard as we possibly goddamn can. Holy shit, it's already 10 o'clock. All right, well, we're still going to go, folks. We're already 2 hours into the show, and we're still going to go. Mega episode of Progressive Talk Live because we have so much to cover, folks. And I'll just take a break and let's just read the chats real quick. Read the chatty chat. See if I get any more super chats yet. Got a couple. Proto, $2. The Bernie bus folks are all emotion with no facts. I know, right? They don't want to argue the policies, definitely. They just want to say, Dusty, he ain't going to implement anything he says. He's a liar. You can't believe Joe Biden. He's basically a Bond villain. He gonna do the opposite. Like even fucking Trump, who was told 18,000 lies since he's been in office, has tried to implement the majority of the platform he ran on. You think Biden gonna be worse than that? Get the fuck out of my face with that bullshit. Bernie or bust is the new cancer of the left. I know, the new skeptics. The skeptics are reborn. Proto, $2. You see Mehdi Hassan argue with Cal or Bernie or bust. Yeah, I've seen that a little bit. They're really attacking Mehdi. Cal's whole crew. It's just really crazy to watch what's happening. HK, 20 pounds. Thank you, HK. That's very generous. Thank you, Dusty. You really are great. I appreciate it. I am only as great as you guys allow me to be, and your support makes all this happen. So you're the real heroes. Great layback show tonight, Dusty. Love you, buddy. I love you, Mark. Thibodeau. Is that close? The Schwartz Awakens. Great show tonight. Thank you, Schwartz. I appreciate that. Thank you for tuning in. All right. Django Fett gave me $3 and a little symbol. Thumbs up to you. Love you, Django Fett. Appreciate that. More super chats, please, if you want to. It's all good. If you don't super chat me, you're evil. It's like literally nothing to super chat me. And I'm just kidding. I'm being mad. Did you guys see this shit? Hard to believe this is real, folks. This is America, yo. Bitches be tripping.
The 2020 presidential election will be one of the most exciting races in U.S. history. Who will occupy the Oval Office? To memorialize this historic election, this collector's edition 2020 Battle for the White House chess set is now ready for public release. Democrats stand face-to-face against Republicans. President Donald J. Trump with Mike Pence by his side.
Pence is queen.
Legislative leaders Pelosi, McConnell, Schumer, and McCarthy. Knights riding symbolic donkeys and elephants. Justices Kavanaugh, Sotomayor, Roberts, and Ginsburg. Bishops standing guard to protect the Supreme Court. Pawns, elephants for the Republicans and donkeys for the Democrats, are the first line of defense. Each piece painstakingly designed for impeccable detail that is truly stunning. A keepsake you'll cherish for generations and proudly display in your home. Former presidential teams Bush, Cheney, Obama, and Biden, rooks for this historic showdown. Who will win the election in your home? The
Biden's
fun
going to
will
have two
never
if he gets the
end.
presidency? And I like it how they have on the Democratic side, King, symbolic empty podium. Queen, symbolic empty podium. Yeah, definitely not right-wingers that put this out. And they're probably sell like a million different chess sets of this because Republicans will buy fucking anything. They're just lame as fuck. But pretty funny, nevertheless. Let me check out the regular chat. I forgot to read that last time. See what you guys got to say on Twitch. This guy's arguments are trash, but what are your thoughts on how progressives should get Democrats to embrace progressive economic policies? I think you have to kind of work from inside the system. It sucks that you have to vote for the lesser of all evils, but that's how politics has always been, and it's working. Like just 4 years ago, the platform that Biden is running on now was unheard of. Unheard of. And so we are pushing them, and it's like Bernie says, you know, Bernie's still working hard. That's why he's endorsing Joe Biden, because he's going to keep trying to push it and evolve slowly. That's the way change usually happens. Please say the word oil as much as you can. You gorgeous, sexy bastard. Oil, 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 oil. All right, let's check the other chat real quick. It's a long show. Might as well read. Evil and stupid. Gotta love both at once. Yep, wrote that. Oh, yeah. Had to pop. Took a second for it to pop. Someone take the Adderall from him. He's definitely high strung. I like the energy, though. It's cool. I don't mind the energy if the arguments are better. Dude, Dusty, go pet your cat. Sounds male. He needs love. Okay. They're all around me right now. So cats everywhere. Cats everywhere. Overtime. Yep, we in overtime now. We into the serious shit. Want to see some pretty boy? Hey, pretty boy. You want to come over and be my star for a second? This is Mr. Pretty Boy. Please don't scratch my face off. Please don't scratch my face, pretty boy. You so pretty, though. Daddy loves you. Daddy loves you. Yeah. They don't really like me to pick them up, put them in front of the bright lights. So they're never really very happy about that. They're like, Daddy, I was resting, and you picked me up, put me in front of these lights, and started talking in my ear. That's never good, but he's been pretty good. Mwah, you're a pretty boy. You're a pretty boy. Yeah, all right. You can go do what you got to do then, pretty boy. Thank you for being my star for a second. All right, go underneath the microphone. There you go. Cool. All right. Yep, time to pass the ball. Smoke me if you got them. Have a good 420, everybody. Gotta enjoy it while you can. Call to Dusty. Just vote blue down the line. The Senate is just as, if not more important than the election. But if you want to get some judges appointed, vote for Biden. Yep, I agree. Sucks that that's the way it has to be, but it is. I don't make the rules. I'm just reporting what is happening around me right now. I'm not a socialist, but I will steal their best ideas in a heartbeat. Yeah, I think there's some things that should be socialized. I have no problem with certain aspects of socialism. Like, I think we should have, like, a national internet. That would be great. Like, our water is run by the government. Our water and trash is run by the city. That's great. I paid $24 for unlimited water and trash pickup. That's amazing. I think a lot of this stuff should be socialized, but not everything, because I think there's some aspects about capitalism that helps with innovation, which I've talked about before. So, that is my opinion on it. All right. I will keep going. Now we're going to talk about these racist teenagers. And I know that there was a follow-up to this story, but the thing is so many of the accounts that were supposedly the follow-ups were fake and stuff, and I couldn't figure out which ones are real and which ones were fake. So you guys will have to tell me. I'm sure you guys know more about this than I do, which one of these accounts is fake and what actually happened to these people. But warning! This is racist as shit. Trigger warning. The N-word is used. So these two kids decided it would be smart on their behalf to put out this incredibly fucking racist TikTok video. It's been seen almost 9 million times, and it has not gone well for them, as it should not have. Let's have a look.
Hey, today we're making
niggers.
First we have black.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty black.
Yeah. Next we have don't have a dad.
Don't have a dad? Yeah.
Yeah. And then we have eat watermelon and fried chicken.
Fried chicken,
Yeah.
watermelon.
Hilarious.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Next one is make good choices.
This is the funny part about this. Make good choices. Yeah, they make bad choices, unlike us, who is making an amazing choice right now. And I think what I heard is she basically is losing the chance to go to the school she wanted to, and they were suspended, and their lives are ruined after this, as they should be. So yeah, a little bit of irony there. Delicious, delicious irony.
There's nothing there. Next we have rob people.
Specifically whites. Yeah, they do that.
Rob people, specifically whites.
Last one is
go to jail.
Yeah, amazing, amazing. You guys wanted a little bit of fame, didn't you? And you got what you wanted, huh? You got your wish. Are you happy about it? And of course, they're going to be on, I'm sure they're going to make a video like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. That is not the person I am at all. I was going to scroll down and see if they had something real from the people that made this. Like I said, so many of these accounts were fake, so I couldn't really find the real information. But anyway, they got named and shamed. This girl who put this video out, she named who they are, and everybody named them in the chat and stuff, so we know who the fuck they are. I'm not going to say her name because I don't want to add to the doxing. I would never do that. I would never call out this person's name at all. Stephanie Freeman. I would never do that because that would be bad. Or the guy's name. I would never fucking call the guy's name out by name. Jeffrey. I would never do that because that's bad. Fuck you, Jeffrey. So anyway, they're being named and shamed. Love to see it. Racism's dead, folks, though. Racism's dead. And like, as a white dude living in Mississippi, I can tell you, when you're alone in private with a lot of these white people, this is exactly how they behave in private. Of course, I don't really have any friends anymore because I call that shit out. But, oh my God, another one from Kaitlin Bennett. I guess I forgot to move this one up under her list. I try to organize them, but I forgot this one. But anyway, at least one good thing has come out of all this. Yeah, at least one good thing has come out of the COVID-19 pandemic. At least it's hurt gay people. Hooray! What a terrific person I am. At least gay people don't get to go party and show their pride. At least they don't get to progress their movement. At least that's the good thing to come out of 40,000 Americans dying. What a goddamn piece of shit this girl is. No wonder she shit herself at a party. And here's one of them, old Ken Klapinski or whatever. Oh yeah, I've already talked about this one. Jeff Bezos, Warwick man, asked public donations to Amazon Relief Fund, of course. Help our employees. Why he literally made $24 billion among the pandemic so far. Because a magical line went up on a stock chart. $24 billion, yet he's still asking for people to donate to his employees, folks. Eat the goddamn rich. Put this motherfucker under the jail. Not even in the jail. Build like a dungeon under the jail for him. And Robert Reich pointed this out as well. Unfettered capitalism is Jeff Bezos growing his fortune by $24 billion during this pandemic and still refusing to provide paid sick leave for all of his employees. Yep. He's like a Bond villain. Like a Lex Luthor Bond villain. So, like, I'm not all for socialism, but I would not be hurt at all if we took Amazon from this guy and put him in jail. Just saying. I know that seems extreme, but, like, fuck him at this point. If you're this evil and this greedy, then you shouldn't be in polite society anymore, in my opinion. And you guys see this? This is pretty funny. This is a year or so old, I think. Almost 2 years old. But still pretty funny. I never saw it before. There's a recurring theme in the UK show Age Gap Love. I can't quite put my finger on it. Let's see if you guys can figure out the thing that all these gamers have in common.
If you start doing it from the bottom and working yourself up to the top, you'll feel younger as well.
Meanwhile, upstairs, her 29-year-old lover, Phil Absalom, has his own time-absorbing obsession.
Go! I've got the Wii drawer, the PlayStation drawer, and the Xbox drawer. I've even got a bin to put my lunch in.
Young gamer Phil also has a thing about older women.
My relationships have never been with young people. I've only probably ever been with one person that was at school that was the same age as me.
I'm Luke, and I'm 25.
And I'm Amy, and I'm 49. And we've been together for nearly 3.5 years.
Yep. And we are getting married.
Well, it must have gone really well, because he didn't leave.
Lee moved in permanently 4 weeks after their first date.
She has an amazing sense of humour. And pretty easy on the eyes as well, which is good.
Oh, gee, thanks.
They overcame the age gap, but there was another problem, Lee's passion for computer games.
Well, how much closer do you have to get before you're going to be able to launch your attack craft? Computers and computer games are the central focus of my life.
I think I struggled at first with Lee's gaming. We did sometimes disagree over the amount of time that he spends gaming. I did wonder if the person who games is a little bit selfish.
Next stop, Norwich, although 28-year-old James spends most of his time in cyberspace.
And I'm actually being slaughtered at the minute.
IT worker James moved in with 48-year-old Yetwa a year ago. Her spare room is now his games room.
She looked good for 48.
Yetwa doesn't enjoy gaming.
I don't like shooting complex games. I'd rather do something that's simple.
Anyway, I see a running theme, definitely. Gamers like to have some older women. Let them get away with anything, play games all day. I won't hate on you. I guess I would be that way too. They're totally going to copyright my show for that fucking clip. God damn it. I'm about to cut that shit out. I hate YouTube's copyright rules. And, God damn it, this is so fucking stupid. This is Peter Boss Hogan. I think this is a guy that, Richard Dawkins called a hero at one point. I think that's the guy that did it. But anyway. When someone puts pronouns in their bio, it is not to indicate their gender identity. They're signaling a political position and a worldview. It is negative, hostile, and rage-filled. And far more often than not, it is an indication that their moral reasoning has been damaged. Like literally what he's saying here, the hatred towards pronouns in your bio is what's negative, hostile, and rage-filled. That literally had nothing to do with why I put my pronouns in my bio. I did it for exactly the same reason that Tim is saying here. I put my pronouns in my bio solely because a trans person told me that it's a positive thing that they liked and which helps them. Right. They said, hey, this is something that normalizes this force. This is, this is something that shows that solidarity with the trans community. Would you mind? And I was like, no, of course not. That's so easy to do. I just put it in my bio. And if that helps you in any way, one of the most marginalized classes in our society, committing suicide all over the place, the one that's been shit upon since the beginning of mankind. If this little bitty thing that is so easy to do helps you in any way, then why not? I did it out of love. It had literally nothing to do with being negative or hostile or rage-filled at all. So anyway, this says more about Peter Boss Hogan than it does about anybody that has their pronouns in their bio. They're just transphobic shitheads, in my opinion. Shame for shame. And, oh yeah. They're finally behaving logically. Like, doesn't it make sense that if you're loading a plane, you should load the passengers in the back first and then the people in the front as you go? Like, doesn't that make sense? They've never done this for some reason on planes. So stupid. But now, thanks to the pandemic, they're finally fucking being logical about it.
Delta Airlines is temporarily changing the way passengers board its planes. Travelers whose seats are in the last row will board first, and then the process will make its way row by row to the front, with those passengers boarding last. Passengers will have to wait for their row number to be called. This change is so that people will interact less while getting to their seats. Customers in first or business class can still board whenever they want. They are being encouraged to wait for their row to be called. And there will still be pre-boarding processes for those who need extra time or assistance. Delta says the changes will stay in place until May 31st.
What? Until May 31st? How about forever? That just makes sense. Don't stop doing that. God damn, they stupid. And I'm going to talk about this a little bit. Wasn't the last show, because I didn't cover this on the last show. I didn't get to it. But it was the show before that where I shared a tweet where this guy was harassing this girl. And so she responded by posting a slightly censored dick pic he had sent her. Unsolicited. She didn't ask for it. He just sent that shit to her. I guess he was trying to, hit on her. I think he sent a dick pic and he said, I would like to throat fuck you or something like that. And so I guess she didn't respond the way that he wanted her to, and he was all butthurt. So he was getting on her post and telling her she was ugly and nobody wanted her. And so she said, keep going. I'll show everybody your tiny little dick pic you sent me. And he was like, no, I got an 8-inch cock. And she laughed and said, dude, I will share that pic. And he was like, you ain't going to share that pic. And so she shared that pic. And so I posted the clip of it, and I read it, and people were mad at me for it. They messaged me, and they said that I should have never shared that because it was revenge porn. Somebody on my Patreon, one of my patrons, messaged me, and he was very nice about it. He said he wasn't going to stop being a patron or anything because of it, but he was surprised that I smiled, and I shared that because it was a clear example of revenge porn. So I asked, my audience if they thought that was revenge porn, and most people said they didn't think it was revenge porn because revenge porn usually means that it's two people that are in a relationship who mutually agree to share photos with each other, and they break up, and then to get back at one of them, they share those pictures to make fun of them in public. That's revenge porn. And if the guy sent her the pic unsolicited, it's basically just receipts of a crime more than revenge porn. But then I tried to do a thought experiment. If a woman sent unsolicited nude pics to an e-celeb in order to entice him and then got upset when he wasn't interested, so she started to shit talk him on Twitter, and then he shared her nude photos to make fun of her, would that change your opinion? And I don't know. That's a tough question. I don't think it would, but it might. And so I'm always trying to re-examine the things I do and be better, and evolve and have a little introspection. So I'm always thinking about this stuff. So I'm open-minded. I listen to you guys when you talk to me, and I try to hear your criticisms. I'm not sure that I agree that this is revenge porn, but I'll try to be more careful and more thoughtful about that kind of thing in the future. So what do you guys think about that? Revenge porn or no revenge porn? Let me read your chats and see what you gotta fucking say about it. Nope. That's what I thought you guys would say. Same rule applies. All right, I'm waiting for these people to die. Wouldn't be long now. All right. I like trans people. They're some of the nice people I've ever met. Yeah, I have a big trans audience that just kind of organically happened, and they've been great to me. Had no problems whatsoever. I think they want a mom, not a girlfriend, probably. Somebody clean up after them while they play video games, looking for mommy. Yep. She looks young, though, 49. I know, right? Asian don't crack. Asian be blazing, yo. I don't know. It's still not revenge porn. That's what I thought, too. It's a conundrum. Pretty sure Dusty is pretty hard on capitalism. Yep, I am pretty hard, especially laissez-faire capitalism. It's bullshit. Market absolutely does not regulate itself. That's magical thinking. But I do think, to a small degree, as long as capitalism is incredibly heavily regulated, it can be a useful tool in innovation, which I've talked about before. But like I said, it's just a tool. Like socialism is a tool, communism. It's all tools that can be used to make the best system overall. Trends words. Yep. It's something to think about, but not revenge porn, in my opinion. Something else, really. Yep, I agree. If it was censored, then it's fine, in my opinion. Yeah, they covered it up. You can still tell it was a tiny dick, but they did cover it up. It was a very tiny cover-up. He sexually harassed her. She was right to get revenge. Okay, that's kind of the way I feel about it, but I thought it was funny. But I had several people message me and had a problem with it, so I just try to listen, right? Basically all you can do. Try to be as good of a human being as you could possibly be. All right, let me check the super chat, see if I got any new ones before I continue on with the show. Proto, $5. I work at Amazon, and this fool raised the minimum wage $2 for 2 months. Jeff gave $24 billion of profit from COVID and put it back to 15. Yeah, what a dick, man. At least like Biden is running on the $15 minimum wage. It's another way that he's like totally different than Trump. The minimum wage has been raised in like what, over 10 years now? It's like what, 7 something an hour? Just fucking nuts. How far are you on watch time on your new channel? Actually got monetized on the new channel today. Yeah, they sent me an email for it. And now I'm starting to second guess whether I want to move the show over to the new channel or not, because it only has like 1,600 subscribers, like 1,570 subscribers right now. And I'm afraid if I move over to the new channel, nobody's going to go over there and watch the new show. And that'll suck. So I don't know. Still thinking about what I'm going to do. HS Ross, what's up, HS Ross? How you doing? Obviously, we must vote for Biden. Yep. But can you clarify how Biden's platform is to the left of Hillary's? I don't think Hillary was for the public option. I don't think she supported that. I don't think she supported 2 years free college, from what I remember. She definitely didn't support an immediately cancellation of $10,000 in student loan debt for the poor people. Definitely did not run on decriminalizing marijuana and expunging marijuana records. Trying to think what else. I'd have to look them up, but a lot of different ways. I covered Hillary's campaign like 4 or 5 years ago, back when I was rallying for her over Trump, but it's been so long I can't really remember. One hears a lot about Hillary was more progressive on Medicare eligibility age. Was she? I know Biden wants to lower it to 60. At one point, Hillary was way more progressive on socialized medicine. She was like in charge of trying to pass socialized medicine, but she basically got slaughtered for trying to do it. So I think she just folded and realized that, or started to believe she would never be able to get it passed. So she just quit on that. So anyway, that Mexican is an embarrassment to me and mine. Which Mexican are you talking about? You talking about the guy that was talking about Biden? I think he was Syrian, not Mexican. I think, if that's the one you're talking about. Though I might be lost. Biden as bad as Trump. It's 420. Pass me what you're smoking. Preach it, Dust. I know there's no way. There's no way they're as bad as each other. It's just silly, and you can't argue it on the merits of the platform, so you have to fucking make shit up. Smoke them if you got them. Tobacco. It's tobacco, folks. That's what I'm smoking. All right. That's all the super chats for now. Got a little bit of stuff to cover left, so if you want to get your super chats in for the show's over, now would be a good time to do that. Oh, yeah. Speaking of what we were talking about before, about whether it's revenge porn or not, somebody said, I like the trans person version of this argument. This random guy somehow got my number off here and sent me a dick pic. And I guess he didn't appreciate it when I sent a pic of mine back. Worked like a charm. And then he's like, hey, girl, you are so sexy. Here's my dick. And then she sends a picture of her dick back. And he's like, what the hell? Why would you send me that? I'm blocking your number. Bye. Delete this conversation. Yeah, it's okay for me to send mine to you, but don't you send yours to me. It's fine when I do it. And that actually reminds me, it's so cringe, folks. I actually sent an unsolicited dick pic to a girl before. I did it. I did that shit, folks. God damn, that's so embarrassing. Now, it was like 7 years ago. And this is not an excuse. This is just an explanation. I was so drunk when I did it. I might have done it to 2 different women. I don't know. But, like, I am so embarrassed to think about. Like, I am not the same person that did that. I don't even see myself as that same human individual that did that. I don't know what I was like. Literally could not tell you the thought that was going to my fucking head. Like, nothing was going through my head. It's embarrassing. And their response was like, it wasn't like they were mad, but it wasn't like they were happy either. They were just like, oh, okay, there's your dick. And like, totally, if this ever gets out, if they like sent my dick pic around to make fun of me, I would deserve it. I would totally fucking deserve that shit. And I'll fucking own that shit, because that was so fucking cringy and stupid of me. Of course, my dick's okay, so wouldn't be that embarrassed about it, but you know. It is what it is. Next up, a little bit of the surfs. You guys like the surfs? Good Lord. Apparently, Hunter Avalon has become more of a centrist. I don't buy that he's any kind of lefty or anything. I think he still said he likes Ben Shapiro and bullshit like that. But I guess he's trying to get out of that Nazi fucking shit. And so him and the Quarter Ring have been fighting. The right is eating itself. So the Quarter Ring's like, so Hunter Avalon and SJW now? That's right, you were SJW, because that exists. It's pretty hilarious hearing him talk about the right, as if everyone on the right is a neo-Nazi. QAnon believing flat earther. I don't care which side of the aisle you think you're on, but lumping entire groups of people like that is dumb. Yeah, lumping entire groups of people together like that is dumb. So that makes him an SJW, doesn't it? Yeah. I'm lumping everybody together I disagree with as an SJW, but it's dumb to do that. Lumping entire groups of people like that is dumb. He's an SJW. Yeah, no self-awareness whatsoever. Dumbest fucker on YouTube, but incredibly successful. Gotta hand it to him. Their grift definitely pays off. Stupid people love to be entertained by other fucking stupid people. And this went viral last week, folks. Apparently people are shocked. Shocked, I tell you. That back in the 70s, shut the fuck up, Richard Dawkins. Richard Dawkins used to just kiss all the women on the lips on the show. And they would just let him. Yeah, just kissing everybody. All over the place. Right in front of their husbands. You cucks. I said totally ironically. But, yeah, that's what it's back like in the 70s, folks. Richard Dawkins smooching on everybody. Spreading all of the corona everywhere. If they had that back then, he'd be getting everybody sick. Oh, hell no, you don't kiss my wife, Richard Dawkins. I'll kill you. Luckily, he already dead, so, solve that problem. That got seen 2.3 million times. People was shocked. Shocked, I'll tell you, by TV in the 70s, but that was what it was like back then. I was just a little kid. That's what I grew up with. And, oh, shit, folks. Brian Dennehy died. I don't know, I was calling him Brian Hennedy. Brian Dennehy. He been in everything. He was in all kinds of shit growing up. Good actor. He did not die of the coronavirus, though. So, at least, I don't know if that's good, but that's a thing. So, rest in peace, Brian Dennehy. He was pretty cool. Good actor. Remember watching him in Diggstown. Thought that movie was pretty cool when I was growing up. And, next up. This guy. Oh, God. This guy got roasted. This got seen 2 million times. Look how insecure he comes off. Insecure, immature, try hard. Let me just play it, and then we'll diss him.
Wearing fishnets does not make you alternative. You coloring your hair does not make you alternative. Wearing platform shoes doesn't make you alternative. Tattoos and piercings doesn't make you alternative. Knowing a couple songs by Pierce the Veil or My Chemical Romance or Hawthorne Heights, that don't make you alternative. If you've been on my page for a while, you know that I'm not one to gatekeep the alternative community.
You're literally doing that right now. You're literally gatekeeping. What the fuck? I'm not one to do the thing I'm doing repeatedly right now in the most cringeworthy way humanly imaginable. What the fuck, dude?
But I didn't spend years and years of my life getting bullied to borderline suicide just for you fucking basic ass, whack ass, unseasoned chicken head ass motherfuckers to just listen to Lil Peep and suddenly you think you're goth.
Yeah, you're not alternative like he is. Look how cool and alternative he is. He didn't get bullied for being alternative just so you fucks could ruin the good name of being alternative. Like, dude, what the fuck? Get the goddamn over yourself. Like, holy shit, that's bad, dude. Why do you feel like you got shit to prove to people? Cringe! Suboptimal! There's a word I haven't used in a while. Suboptimal, and I agree with Jack saying here. This says, full steam ahead. London's Woolwich Ferry performed donuts on the River Thames in support of healthcare workers. How the fuck is this supporting healthcare workers? Yeah, I just went and did donuts in the parking lot in support of healthcare workers. Hey, you know what? I brushed my teeth earlier in support of healthcare workers. I gotta be honest, folks. It's starting to feel like we're just doing things we feel like doing and saying it's in support of healthcare workers. It is. This is nothing. You're not supporting anybody. Dumbass. And is there a sadder human being on this planet than Gad Sad? And there's a reason his last name is Sad. He's the saddest motherfucker I've ever goddamn seen. Holy this guy, literally a professor. Some school thought it was a good idea to pay this dude to teach college kids. True story. The first time that I met my wife's parents at their home, I challenged my father-in-law to a match of shish bash. I told him that if I win his daughter, you know, because she's a prize. She's just an object to be won or lost in a bet, because this is normal human activity. I won and have been winning ever since as she became my wife. Like, he's trying so hard to be this alpha male, this tough, masculine alpha male. And it just comes off so pathetic and try hard. Like the last guy we saw, right? Like, if you're truly alpha, you don't really have to prove to people that you're alpha. You don't have to prove to people how cool you are. You're just, like, comfortable with who you are. This is just so fucking cringe, dude. Delete this shit. And, we're getting to the palate cleansers, folks. Hooray! Palate cleansers. Only 2.5 hours into the fucking show. So, last chance to get your super chats if you want to do that. And palate cleansers. So, Disney, which sucks. Apparently, they have the rights to the movie Splash. And so, they decided to, pause it right here for your show. There's a scene in Splash where the lovely Daryl Hannah runs into the water and you can see her booty. You can't have that because it's Disney movie. So Disney tried to cover up her booty digitally. And it looks terrible. Holy shit. Don't you have more money than this, Disney? Like, I could do a better job of this, Disney. Here we go. No, that looks terrible. What? No, don't do that. You covered up her lovely ass, Disney. You're ruining everything. First Star Wars and now this. I'm starting to think Disney is the devil. And next up. Oh, yeah, did you guys know this? I didn't know this. Osama bin Laden believed that masturbation was justifiable in extreme cases. I agree with him, man. Pretty much every case of masturbation is an extreme case, isn't it? Is there any non-extreme cases of masturbation? Not in my opinion, and not in my experience. So, good on you, Osama bin Laden. At least we can agree on something. And this pigeon is like, I miss shitting on people. Fuck you, pigeon. Don't you shit on people, you dirty ass. Everybody need to stay indoors and fuck that pigeon. And next up, two more. This cute little dog watching The Lion King and actually thought these lions were chasing him. Look at this cute little motherfucker. He's like, oh, what's going on? And the lions are like, he's like, let me take a closer look. And then suddenly, here comes the hyenas. And then, little dog, oh my God, the hyena's gonna get me. You cute little shit. He's just on TV. I can tell you from firsthand experience, televisions are like magical boxes to animals. They don't know what the fuck is going on. They know we're staring at it all day, so it must be important, but they have no clue why. And last but not least, cute little raccoon ass. You like raccoons? They're adorable. Dude puts a popsicle in there, and the raccoon don't know what to think about it. The raccoon's like, I'll kill you, popsicle. I'll murder you. Attack you. And then he's like, oh, wait a minute. That's pretty damn good. Ooh, that's pretty nom. Maybe I won't murder you. Licky, ice cream cone. Yep. Cute little shit. Don't eat animals, folks, if you can help it. Don't eat animals. And that's my material, folks. Finish up reading the chats. Hope you enjoyed it. We had a lot to fucking cover. Finally caught up. Feels good. Didn't think I was going to. H.S. Ross, the Danes doing this. I guess I need to read the other one first. I guess I'll try to read them in order. Okay. Matt gave me $1. Thank you, Matt. H.S. Ross, $10. H.S. Ross is like the Intercontinental Champion. We had JT, who won the belt for Super Chats in the last show. And before that, I think it was Lobo. Lobo is like the U.S. champion, and H.S. Ross is the Intercontinental Champion. So thank you guys for supporting the show. H.S. Ross, have you heard the concern that the public option may actually be bad in that it would adversely select the expensive people? Cost a lot and falsely give the impression of Medicare for all would be expensive. I'm sure there are arguments that have been made for that. I don't really agree with those arguments. I think having a public option that takes the for-profit incentive out of healthcare and also gives the government the rights to negotiate better prices with the healthcare providers would be a much improved step towards Medicare for all. So I'm sure that people, the never Bideners, are trying to make excuses for why it's not a good idea, but I don't agree with them. Have a hit on me. Will do, Rich Lad. Appreciate that. You rock. I will have one in your honor. Cis people indicating their pronouns is like if everyone in a Nazi-occupied territory wore yellow stars to protect the Jews who the Nazis ordered to wear them. Yeah, that's a very good analogy. I appreciate that and agree with that. You know, it's just solidarity, man. I have solidarity with you. I mean, I'm on your guys' side. Hell yeah. And if it means something to you, it's so easy to be a decent human being. Like, it's hard to be an asshole sometimes. You have to, like, make an effort. So I would just rather be nice when it's easier to do that. The Danes doing this is only a myth, but it still illustrates the value of protecting the vulnerable who could have a problem with doing this. Only assholes. Only complete fucking shitheads who just want to find an excuse to give themselves permission to ignore what you're saying, and they'll just pick anything, and that's one of the things they pick because they're dipshits. H.S. Ross, unfortunately, I have heard that some pigeons are in danger of starving due to human beings in lockdown. Yeah, I think that's a case of a lot of animals, like I showed a couple weeks ago, where the monkeys that were used to being fed by the tourists are now in wars with each other because the tourists are gone feeding them and they're hungry. So they're basically killing each other over it. So, yep, there's a lot of negative consequences of this stuff for sure. Raymond Dale, $10. First time I caught your show live. Thank you for the entertainment. Hey, no problem. I sure appreciate you supporting the show. As long as you guys keep supporting the show, I will keep doing it. Maybe eventually someday I will add a Wednesday show. For now, though, just do long shows every once in a while to catch up. H.S. Ross, $5. Selecting the expensive people because the government would have to cover the people who were too expensive for private sector to cover. Yeah, but I guess I can see that, but like somebody has to cover those people, right? Otherwise, they just get left out to nothing. So how can it be worse? I mean, it'd be expensive, but like the private sector is not going to cover them anyway for the most part, or is going to try to find excuses not to cover them. So I don't see how having the government cover them on our public option is worse than forcing the private sector to cover them and then having them raise everybody's rates and then also having them make profits on top of that so that the rates go even higher. That doesn't make any sense to me. So, I don't know. I'm open-minded, so I can make a good argument for that, but I haven't heard it yet. All right, let me read the regular chats. Before the show is over, turn out the lights. If it's censored, I don't think it's revenge porn. Okay, I agree. Dusty, thank you for helping everyone get back on track in their lives. You're a good man. I do what I can. I appreciate it. I will take that pat on the back. This guy's arguments are trash, but what are your thoughts on how progressives should get Democrats to embrace progressive economic policies? Well, I just think we just keep talking about the policies like I do. I keep talking about them. Joe Biden's policies are not as progressive as Bernie Sanders, but they are very, very progressive compared to what the Republicans are going to put out. You know, like I said, like 2-year free public college and debt-free 4-year college for certain income brackets for public schools, and immediately $10,000 relief in student debt across the board, and decriminalization of marijuana, and expunging of records, and the getting rid of private prisons is another thing he's running on. The DACA Act, the Dreamers Act, the completely restructuring our immigration policy. Like, you just got to keep talking about the policies because the never Bidens and the people that are trying to help Trump get elected, they don't want to have these conversations. They just want to say, well, you can't predict the future. Biden ain't going to do nothing. He said nothing will fundamentally change, even though that's sort of taking him out of context. But, you know, you just got to keep talking about the issues and pointing out that historically, candidates do try to push forth the majority of their platforms. That's the truth, regardless of whether you like it or not. Get rated, nerd. I will get rated. I will get all of the rated. Thank you, Lord Percocet. And check the regular chatty chats. Yeah, I'm so glad we had this time together. I know, right? Tug my ear, wink my nose at you. Appreciate that. Great show, Dusty. Appreciate it, Valo B. Be sure to like the video. Leave comments on the video. Very important, leaving comments. Everybody shits on me all the time. It'd be nice to have some nice comments. They are very motivating. Can we get a Wednesday show on the new channel? Possibly. That might be a good idea. I'll see what happens. I'm so lazy, though, folks. I'm so lazy. I have so much other things to do. It's just, it takes a long time to get these shows together. So we'll see what happens. I'll do my best. Love you, Kothar. Good night. I appreciate it. Great show, Dusty. Appreciate it. Thank you for joining me tonight. Spanker means a lot. Yep. Be sure to check out the new channel, folks. There is a link in the description. It's youtube.com/ProgTalk. ProgTalk. Great channel. All the episodes of this show is on there. And also, if you want to listen to me on SoundCloud, there's a link in the description for an audio-only version on SoundCloud, so you guys can play it in the background while you're playing video games and bullshit. Dusty, I broke down the crowd a little bit due to anxiety over this pandemic. Listening to you tonight has made me feel 100% better, so thank you. Hey, no problem. Like, we're all in this together. We're going to be fine. Like, well, not everybody. A lot of people are going to die, but most of us are going to be fine. We're going to get through this together. We're strong. We are family, and hopefully we could be here for each other. I have zero hope in Biden, but he's sure better than Trump. Yeah, I have some hope in Biden. I definitely would think he will try to push forth a lot of his platform, and it's better than global warming denier, right? Anything's better than that. What days do you stream in general? I stream every Monday and Friday at 8 p.m. Central, 9 Eastern. I've been keeping a pretty regular schedule, so if you follow me on Twitter or Facebook, either one. Twitter is Cult of Dusty 1, and Facebook is facebook.com/Cult of Dusty. I announce my shows, although for some reason both Twitter and Facebook doesn't really show what I post and tweet to the vast majority of people following me, so I don't know how well it helps. But anyway, yeah, it appears every Monday and Friday at 8 Central, so be sure to check it out if you want to. Take your time, Dusty. Friday will do fine. Great show. I appreciate it. I love you guys. That's it for my time. If you want to support the show, please consider supporting me on Patreon. I think I saw another super chat pop up real quick. See regular chat for message. Okay. Let me go search the regular chat for Max Powers message real quick. Max Powers. Try super chat. That wouldn't work. Okay, was that the message? Was that the message? I don't know what the message is, Max Power. I do appreciate the money, though. And I gotta run. But, hopefully I will see it the next time. Anyway, Patreon.com/Podcast. If you want to help out the show, $1 or $2 a month, whatever you can afford, it all adds up. It all helps. We do good work here at the Humanist Society of Mississippi Animal Sanctuary, and I will buy you guys, I'll buy the kittens and the dogs treats, and you guys honor, because you guys rock. You guys are the heroes behind the show for supporting me, and I will be back on Friday. It is Monday, right? Yep. 8 p.m. Central, 9 Eastern for an all-new show. You guys stay healthy this week. Stay in. And as always, Logic, I love you guys. Fuck yes! Good night, everybody. Thanks for joining me.